I have clicked the button, and we are live. Hello, Internet.
Hello, everyone.
Are we live?
We're live. I can
Are you-
see us.
Are you sure? Oh, Daryl's joining us. Boop.
We are very professional.
Yeah, well, this is not intended to be the most professional stream I've ever done. Daryl's still at baseball.
Extra innings, really long game.
Yeah, you've been at that game like all week. I want to say. Thank you for taking
unlimited popcorn as long as I'm here and peanuts.
Well, that's nice. Thank you for taking a pause out of this very long game yesterday to come to my house for a couple hours to do a barbecue thing, and then just go right back to the game.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Well, seventh inning stretch.
Yeah, so. Yeah. Leslie, hold your seat for you.
Yep. That's why I had to bowl. That's why I ran out. I'm like,
Yeah.
I gotta get back.
Gotta get back. Oh my goodness! Hooray! 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 Okay. So now on my other monitor, I can put up this and the Kickstarter, so I can watch it and be like, "What? What is happening? Why is this Kickstarter so
very,
big?"
very happy with what's happening.
Yeah, right? No, it's good. It's real good. Just, man. All right. People get to see me moving my screens around. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, Kate. Oh, more people. More people joining the chat. Hello, Katie.
Hello. How are you all?
Real good. How are you?
Good.
We got a bunch of great people in the chat, like Ronway, and Ruby, and Nathan, and Winter Wolf, and Klutz Lament, and James Sander, and Dominic Badai, and Nerd, and Rudwin, and Russ, and Deo Mesos, and Jim Stark. Okay, that's the top of my chat. Okay, anyway, lots of great people. Hi, Jen. It's great to see you.
You'll see her soon. Don't worry.
No,
She's getting there.
I'm worried a little bit. Just a little bit worried.
Just a
Okay,
little bit.
where's my... Okay, all right. Okay.
There we go.
7, 8... We might. 2 hours to go. Goodness gracious. Yeah. So in the chat... Hi, Jen! In the chat, if you see @GreaterThanGames typing, it's probably Maggie, but it might be me. But
Could be him.
But it's probably Maggie. It's usually Maggie. It's certainly not Chris or Daryl or Katie or Jen.
This is true.
Pop out chat. That's what I want. So I don't
Hey,
have to
Runway.
look at us, but I can look at the chat.
Everyone knows that I just loathe interacting with people.
Daryl, BJ Grayson says, Cardinals rep, but no Blues. Come on, Daryl. Daryl is at a baseball game right now. I'm sure that later he'll go to the hockey game, but right now the baseball game is what he's at.
Right? Is it
Daryl-
not the right
Daryl
seasons or something?
Daryl reps the
How does
Blues
sport
too.
happen?
Daryl does rep the Blues. Daryl is, for the person in this call who has been in St. Louis for the least amount of time, in terms of moving to St. Louis, he is the one that cares the most about the Cardinals and the Blues. Does anyone feel this is an inaccurate statement? Does anyone want
In
to
this call?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes,
because he's
that's
been here
true.
the least, yes.
No, but in the most, like, Jen, are you like, no, I like
Thanks,
Cardinals way
Jen.
more than Daryl does?
I mean, here's the
I don't
thing.
think I can compete with how much Daryl likes it.
think
That's
I've
fair.
met more
That's
Blues
fair.
players than Daryl, but
Weird flex, but okay.
And I've even got my Blues paperweight here. So
Yeah.
aw.
It's just a
I
pun.
took a photo of Daryl with a Blues player because he made me once.
that's right. Ryan O'Reilly and I are boys.
Boys.
Yup.
But Daryl, did you get to touch the Stanley Cup?
Oh.
No, I got to touch Ryan
He
O'Reilly.
licked it.
Oh. What is the Stanley Cup?
Rod and I have pictures
This
with
is-
the Stanley Cup.
Powerhound asks, so has the funding of this exceeded your expectations? Yes. Yes, greatly. People had different predictions as to where this would go, but reasonably, Paul and I sat down at the beginning of this and were like, we think this will be somewhere between like 200,000 at the very bottom and 500,000 at the very top. And it's over 500,000, which, like Paul and I just this morning were talking about how shocking that was to both of us. So that's great. Ronway says, this is season 4 of the Sentinel Comics role-playing game, right? Like, yeah, right. Katie, you succeed, but with a minor twist. What bad thing happens to you?
Oh no.
All right, Jen, are you ready
Well,
to
we figured
derail
it.
this by getting major twists all
Oh.
over the place?
Absolutely. Any chance we get.
We've all been
Oh,
tricked.
Kit Kat.
We've been duped
Yeah.
into this.
Oh,
Say hi.
hello.
Say
No,
hi.
I don't want to be here.
I would like to not say hi, thank you. That's what that cat is saying to me right now.
Christopher has
Just
been
like,
showing
wow.
me cats
Oh my
in an
gosh.
effort to make
You,
me
oh my
get another
god.
cat.
Oh, I have the perfect one for you.
Is it the
Big
goblin?
Face Todd.
Oh no,
Big
not
Face
not Big Face Todd.
Yes.
No, Maggie. No, the
Sweet. I love him.
Yeah, but that's not for Chris. The one that's for Chris is the goblin that's in the entryway that has no hair on its
Oh.
back end and it has the ridiculous face and makes the sounds.
Oh my god.
Like it
It's
doesn't
very scary.
it doesn't meow or
I
purr.
feel
It goes
really weird about how you're characterizing something that I should have.
Yes.
there's a lot of friendly but bizarre toothless cat there that made me go, this might be a Chris cat. It still has its bottom two fangers, and that's it. No other teeth, just the bottom two fangs. And it doesn't meow, and it doesn't
Demon
purr.
Cat says Braithwaite needs to get more cats.
I have one, and it's a lot of cat.
It is a lot of cat. No.
I have two, and I can't get Big Face Todd, but
and
somebody
she
else
is also
could
a
adopt
jerk.
Big Face Todd.
To other cats.
That is true. That is true.
Will there be
Big
time
Big
for
Face Todd is
questions in this
impressive.
stream?
He's a cutie.
Big Face Todd is not
I've
just big face;
never-
he's big everything. He
I-
like walks like a panther.
Yeah, when I
Right.
met him, I was like, is this cat okay?
Right,
I
everybody.
This is what it's supposed to do.
He's like, do you have like face tumors? No, that's its muscles. It has giant muscles on the side of its face, so it can
And
chomp
he'll
through
rest
concrete.
He'll rest his big head on your little hands. It's very nice. I like
Yeah,
him.
he's
I
impressive.
have hives still from petting him. Stranger cats are not good for me.
Yeah, no. So Maggie's super allergic to cats, but wants to put her face on all the cats, which I understand. I am the same way,
Snuggle,
but-
snuggle.
but yeah. Owlbeck says the cat needs to be a hero in the next expansion. Well, maybe just wait for an upcoming product. There's probably a cat.
Remote Blackgate asked if there will be time for questions.
There's always time for
You
questions.
just asked a
Oh,
question.
we're going to
Oh,
do a
oh, no.
2 hour of us
That's-
bantering and not interacting with
No,
the
that's
at all.
You wasted his
Yeah,
one
right.
question. That
Everybody
was
gets
it. That
everybody
was
gets
the
one question, and yours was, "Can I ask a question?" And the answer is yes. Next person. Next. All right. Okay. Sil, do you want to be on camera? They're asking for kitties. No, she's in the window right now. When you're in the window, you can't be on camera. Let's see if I can.
Good place to be, though.
There are no cats in this room.
See,
Yeah.
she cut that
mine.
hole in the blinds
a
so that she can jump through there.
Silhouette.
No, she's on the sill. She's on the windowsill, Jen.
Yeah, it's a silhouette.
There's okay. All right, both.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Silhouette.
Silhouette.
Sil
You're-
Sil has gotten to be somewhat prominent on the last couple of live streams I've done. She comes in and involves herself. Yesterday, she ate some of Daryl's barbecue. Daryl was impressed. She had a
Did
good
she
time.
eat some bread as
And
well?
also a little terrified,
pro
but
eating.
mainly impressed.
Yes, Rosie, my favorite cat that doesn't live in this house.
Rosie.
Oh my gosh,
Rosie, I
that's
miss
such a
you,
good cat.
baby.
That is a cat that has spent the most time out of any other cat in the Greater Than Games office.
Oh, miss that
Rosie, look how
baby.
big you are. Look how
Oh, she's
stupid your feet
huge.
still are. She
Such
has,
a good kitty.
she's got bad feet. It's
Mm.
not her fault.
They're all better now.
It's amazing. Well, no, they're not all better. They
They
are.
hurt.
They don't hurt
They're
anymore.
mostly better.
But she's not good at using them. She has a sassy
No.
walk. But
She has
it's
a Rosie walk.
it's
It's
surprising.
a signature move.
it is. It's surprising to me how well she survived all of that. That was, whew.
I
Okay.
love when her tiny kitten pictures
BJ
show up on my
Grayson
Google.
asks, is it possible that the sleeves in the game ship in the same package, or is
Yeah.
it possible they arrive at different times?
No, they'll ship at the same time. The only way that they
That's-
would ship at different times is if something really weird happened with production. But like production has already begun on both the game and the sleeves. So like, ugh. So if
And
go ahead.
are they being made at the same place?
No, they're not.
Different.
They're
different
not.
factories. Yeah.
Different factories, but they're going to be probably shipping around the same time, if not the exact same time. And we've got shipments coming from both factories at various times, so that shouldn't be a problem. The thing is, if there's a chance that they'll have to ship separately, we will know about it long before that happens, or at least a month before the shipping begins, and we will tell you as soon as possible. So, but it's not. That's not the plan, and it's not likely. Connor Brinkman
Did anyone
says
see Dominic? I can't pronounce that last name.
Badawi?
Yeah, Badawi. His message. Did we rate?
No.
Did we
So
do that?
Maggie, no one can see them, and I mean, I guess
but-
we might be in the chat, but don't
Yeah,
assume that people in this
so-
chat are watching the.
Can everyone on the stream rate their excitement for Definitive Edition, ranging from 1 to Oblivion?
Yes, I can. That is the answer to the question you asked.
I think we all could. Will we?
I don't know
No.
that you all could. Some of you might not know how excited you are.
Yeah, that might be true. I guess.
From
I
1 to
I
Oblivion.
am really, really
Oblivion.
excited for it.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
But isn't Oblivion like a negative number? I'm going to say
Yeah,
mine is
depends on
1
who you
because
were.
Oblivion's going down.
I think, yeah.
Yeah. Demon Cat says, seeing as we're having a fair bit of cat discussion, the question must be asked, what are the odds of at least one Animalverse hero variant in DE, in Definitive Edition, that is? The odds are non-zero. Yeah. Yeah. So I hope that is useful to you. All right. Okay. It's great looking at the back end here, Maggie. It says, he tells us number of concurrent viewers. It also tells us chat rate. What is chat rate?
What's the amount of people going back and forth with us?
But
We always have a
the chat rate is 8. What does 8 mean?
8 out of what? Yeah, it's impossible to know. I think
the
Is it like 8 out of Oblivion?
the chat
Or-
rate of the stream at the
the
most recently
time.
available time. That doesn't tell you anything.
It might be the amount of people attempting to talk all at once.
No,
Like-
it's more than 8 though. I can
Which-
count them right here.
Yeah, it can't be. Yeah.
Yeah, Mark Hennon says, what brand are the card sleeves? And Jesse Garrison accurately announces that they are the GTG brand card sleeves. Hooray! Yeah. Connor Brinkman says rate of chat. Well, now the rate of chat is 6, so it's gone down. Oh, hey, Dave Chalker.
Oh, hey.
Dave, do you want to be in this call? You could just join this call.
Yeah, you could. I'll send you the link.
He probably already has it. He likely already has it, even if he doesn't. It's fine.
I am.
Oh, look. Daryl's background is now ice. Good
I'm
job.
getting my
Later
second vaccine shot tomorrow,
Yay!
so soon I will be able to go back to the office, and it will be delightful.
My wife got hers this morning. I drove her to it this afternoon. And then she's like, let's go get lunch and stuff. And I'm like, oh, yeah, let's go grab lunch. And then as soon as we got home, she's like, I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed. I'm like,
Yep.
that's what I heard.
That is
Evidently,
accurate.
if you got the Moderna vaccine and you're a woman, you're going to get knocked on your butt. That's what it seems like. So,
I mean, it was actually real rough for me as well. So, and I've heard
I
from.
got Pfizer and it was rough for me.
I got Pfizer and I had a headache on the first one and I was fine.
Oh
So-
my god, the first one I was like crazy loopy. It was bad. Second one I was just really tired.
Remote Blackhead says, for my question, what was the reason for the rule of targets cannot have fewer than 0 HP? Because it's weird and awkward to say, oh, this target has negative 4 HP. Like, that's just not. Maggie, I already sent Dave the link.
But
I told him
so
I
excited.
would. No, you don't have to send him emails. That's right. Anyway, targets. A target when it reaches 0 HP is destroyed. Now, if it's not destroyed because something is keeping it in play, then that's some other issue. But that's at that point we're not tracking how much HP is lost. It's just boom down to 0. Anyway, here is a person. It's Dave.
Hey, Dave.
Hi, Dave. How are you?
Good. I have to have a stuffy work background before I can join.
Oh, okay.
Very important.
Yeah. I mean, you could have a stuffy work background. It's fine. Brian says,
stuffy.
what are you doing to celebrate tonight? And if your answer is just more work, then I say boozer. Someone else answer.
someone else answer.
Finder and blowing up my party as a goblin alchemist.
There you go.
Yeah, there you
Obviously,
go.
not intentionally, of course.
I mean,
I'm making a taco bar for ourselves and my neighbors, and we're gonna play the you don't know Jack, what is it, the Jack party? What are the party box things?
Jackbox.
Jackbox.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing Jackbox stuff.
Party box, Jack.
For
You got
anybody who
it.
doesn't know, now that we've got a group of people, Powerhound says, "Where's Adam?" Good question. He said he'd try to drop by. We'll see.
He's sleeping.
Yeah, almost certainly. So let's see. Let's do some quick introductions because I realize there's some people that might not know who everybody is, and we've got 7, which is enough people to bother doing introductions. Hi, I'm Christopher Badell. I am the editor-in-chief of Greater Than Games and co-owner and writer of Sentinel Comics and other things. Hi. Next to me here is Maggie.
Hi, I'm Maggie. I'm the sales and marketing director at Greater Than Games.
That's true.
That's true. That's a true statement.
Who else?
Below me is Daryl.
Oh, you're going to go in a weird order.
I am going in a weird order. I'm going in the order that I can see.
Okay.
like a
I'm
mega
Daryl. I am the creative director for Greater Than Games and one of the 2 graphic designers behind Definitive Edition.
Yeah.
And over here, because it's reversed, is Braithwaite.
Not
Hi,
on my
guys.
screen.
I'm Chris. I tend to go by Braithwaite to avoid confusion because of the many Chris's
Yeah.
that we know.
Yeah.
I'm the game developer, so I did a lot of work on Definitive Edition, and it's just a joy, like both watching people's reactions to it now that they've got their hands on some of the material, and just like seeing how it evolved. So it's very cool.
Katie,
And
Butler would like to be
anyway,
introduced.
Katie, where's Butler?
the person below me with the barking dog is Katie,
Katie, where's Butler?
and
He's
Butler is
sitting next to
adorable.
you on
So
bed.
great appearance.
Does he want to be on screen?
I'll show you in a second. My
Okay.
name's Katie. I'm the client services manager at Greater Than Games. So I do customer service and sales and operations and stuff. And I'll grab Butler, but
Yeah.
Jen, did you go yet?
No, I didn't.
Jen.
I'm Jennifer Claussen. I'm the COO of Greater Than Games, and I also am the currently the prime designer for the Sentinel Comics RPG. And then
Graphic designer, bud.
Yeah, sorry.
that word plays double duty in this
Yes,
industry.
it does. Sorry. But yeah, and I help out with the production side of a lot of our products to go through. That's me. So do we bounce back to Butler or
Wherever
should we go to
Dave.
Dave?
Dave, for sure.
I'm game for Dave. Go for it.
I definitely can't beat out Butler, so save the best for last.
Yeah.
I don't work for Greater Than Games. I'm Dave Chalker. I am the president of Critical Hit Studios. I work with them on the Sentinel Comics role-playing game, but it had nothing to do with this product other than being excited and having heard about it a while ago.
Incorrect. Incorrect, Dave. Tired of your lies.
Oh, wow.
You didn't have nothing to do with this product.
Okay, the
Beautiful.
adhesivist is in here, which is my baby.
That is your
Right.
baby.
Terrible
This chap here
goo
is thanks to.
baby.
Oh, come on, camera. Nobody likes this fun game. Eh.
Yeah, wiggle it around. That'll help.
It usually does. I just needed to stop focusing on my human bits. There we go.
I was gonna say, what deck is it? I'll just screen share the card, but okay.
Yeah. The adhesivist.
Megalopolis.
That's that guy. There's the adhesivist who has a name because of Dave.
Nice.
He had a previous name too.
It was a bad one.
Russ says we don't hold it against you, Dave. That's some adhesive humor for you.
Dave, how does it feel to find out that you are no longer the primary designer of Sentinel Comics, the role-playing game?
You know, Jennifer, if you want me to start sending all the rules questions I get through the Twitter account to you, that's fine with me.
No.
No.
There's like
You
3
could-
or 4 threads on RPGNet if you want to take care of those.
Nah, I'm good.
Why?
I'm good.
Oh,
Paul is here. Paul, you're just here in time to introduce yourself. We're going around introducing ourselves. Dave ended up being in the chat and on YouTube, and so we said, Dave, just join the call. And so now Dave's here. But anyway, who are you, Paul?
I am Paul Bender.
That's true.
I'm the CEO of Greater Than Games. I do all the boring business stuff. That's my
Do you
job.
do any
That's it,
non-boring
yeah.
business stuff?
never.
Nope.
But
Nope.
Really?
Only boring business stuff. No. I do some
I
exciting
just say,
business stuff.
I thought you was like,
There's some cool
Some cool spreadsheets.
there's a bunch of spreadsheet stuff and logistic stuff that help out with. Jen and I were talking about how
Yep.
international
Get
containerized
nuisance.
imports work.
Yeah.
earlier this week.
Which part?
How container imports work? Like
Oh,
how,
yeah.
how to get all of your stuff stuck on a
Yeah.
ship in the Suez Canal.
Mm-hmm.
same
Oh,
Well,
time,
first of all, you'd
if
have
we
to
can
have it
manage
be
it.
routed through.
Right. No,
Uh-oh.
we avoid that by
Yeah.
manufacturing in Asia.
everyone be concerned.
What?
Oh,
Hey,
it's a
I'll send
Trevor.
in the chat.
Oh no, that's great.
Oh, good. Good.
Oh no.
Trevor,
Prepare
and-
for
Trevor,
shenanigans.
Oh, it's
Brian
Trevor. It's old man lives in a
Oh,
cave
Trevor.
in the woods. Trevor.
It's Dad Trevor.
I love
It's
it.
Dad
I
Trevor.
dig it.
Oh, I was telling Trevor last time.
Hello.
I'm a big fan of the beard. It looks good.
I know, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Trevor can grow a very nice beard.
I like that on the stream, Trevor, you're hiding behind the Greater Than Games logo overlay. It's actually just right next to you. But if you wanted to like, if you're yeah, I think that's right. I think it's the other
Good,
corner
good,
actually. Now
good.
that you've done those great, yeah, I think it's yeah.
Now
There
that
you
you're
go.
miming.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Aw.
Trevor would make a wonderful
Very
Dana
cash.
White.
Yeah. Trevor, do you have audio, or are you just a man in a
Oh,
box?
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Yes, I was just curious.
I haven't been talking this whole time. I'm
It's
just
true.
miming.
I was legitimately feeling like you might have screaming children in the background. So
Yeah.
That's also possible.
Um,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say Mimatode. Yep, that's for you. That's not for me.
All right, Mewtone in the chat says, wanted to say congrats. I love all definitive editions so far, and I'm excited for what's to come. If you want to take a question, is there a reason for the reordering of effects on Arcane Cadence? And the answer is yes, there is a reasoning.
You set him up for that.
Delicious. We wanted to make it so that the things you do are we've played obviously the card Arcane Cadence. The effect hasn't changed that much, but the effects the order has changed a bit. And when people played that game, they tended to do those series of actions in an order, regardless of what the card said. They're like, oh, I do these 5 things. I'll do them in this order. So we tried to put them in that order. In the chat, Brian says, Trevor, you are a wizard, and your video for the Kickstarter was fantastic.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it was a lot of fun to do.
I agree on one of those things. Trevor, the Kickstarter video was fantastic. But you're more of a wild mage sorcerer than a wizard, I think.
Yeah, that's a little bit more of an accurate
Yeah.
description.
Yeah. Yes. Ruby had a question yesterday that I did not have an answer to. Ruby asked why, if there's a reason that the Greater Than Games web store said it would take 3 weeks to ship something from our warehouse to Texas, and I
Yeah,
said,
our standard processing time is right now like 2 to 3 weeks in general.
okay.
So
Okay.
that's
just
part
warn
of it.
people in case it takes a long time. So
Yeah.
Okay, but that's not shipping time. That's from the time you place your order to the time you receive it, because that also has to involve picking, packing, shipping, handling, and then going to FedEx, and then okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And a lot of that has to do with just the shipping facilities still being very
Super
messed
backed up
right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
So,
our shipping facility is actually pretty efficient now, but we're
actually,
still
yeah, most efficient now
Yeah.
that we've ever been.
we'll probably start updating that in a bit, but
all right.
we have that on there for safety because of COVID,
I am gonna add
other issues.
another human to this call. We're bursting at the seams, and yet there's space for. It's Adam.
Hey,
Hey, everybody. How you
what's
doing?
up? I'm doing good. How are you?
I haven't seen you in so long, since 23 days, I think.
23 days?
Very
Yeah,
specific.
since the mega meeting.
Oh,
23 days ago. I think that's
Yeah.
probably right.
Was
that
it
would
Mega
be
Meeting on the first?
Trevor has a bigger beard than you now, Adam.
Yeah, I know. I trim mine. I keep
Yeah.
it.
Mega the Mega Meeting was on the 5th. That's
Keep
18
it-
days ago.
I keep it tight. That's an
Okay.
impressive beard there, sir.
Well, actually, says Christopher.
Constantly.
It's my
There's a
knuckle
lot
tats.
of yay Adams. There's a lot of cheering for Adam in the chat right now.
Or they're yelling at him because it doesn't. None of it
Or-
says
or,
yay. They
yeah,
all
none
just
of
says
it's
the word
Adam
Adam with the
excited.
exclamation word. Adam, Adam,
Just say
Adam.
yay. So I
What's
think
up?
that's probably a positive one.
You have to fight the Hulk now.
Oh,
That's what they
Oh
should have.
no.
Are you looking forward to that? Is that going to be good?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm fine.
No. Okay. He's
Yeah,
feeling
it'll work out.
confident. What's
Yeah.
the worst that could happen?
I'll just go. Hey, big guy. Sun's getting real low.
That's right.
Smash. Is that supposed to mean something?
Hmm. I tried. You know
I
what?
appreciated it.
Yeah, I did. I did my best.
Dylan Thorsten says another perfectly normal human with nothing suspicious about them at all. That's all of us. Everyone that works at Greater Than Games. Just perfectly normal.
What's everybody up to? How's it? What's going on?
Hanging out on a Zoom.
Yeah.
Cool.
Typical Friday dev stuff that I can't talk about.
That's true. You're unable.
You want to talk about it?
No, I've been bound under a geese. I cannot speak of these things.
Someone's yelling at Adam to get back into the mines so that they can have animal verse variants.
Adam's not in the mines yet. Adam is. The goal for this year is to not go into the mines in quite the same roll the stone over the doorway that we usually
I still
do.
have to go to the mine.
Right, but you could just like visit once in a while as opposed to be locked in the mines.
Yeah.
Or at least if Adam rolls a stone over the door, 3 days later he'll come out again. Right.
Right.
Yeah. Right. I mean,
so it's like quick,
and not 3 weeks or 3 months.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone says Adam backwards is MADA. Make Adam draw ambuscade.
Hey, Adam, I'm gonna make you draw ambuscade. How do do you feel about that? Oh, so hold on. Adam's handling a very important question right now. Please hold.
Use my what?
Uh-oh.
Oh, this thing? Yeah. Yeah, Kira, do you want to come say hi?
Hi.
Hello.
What's happening?
What's happening? Fair question.
That's a Freya.
Hi, Freya.
Hi.
Brian in the
so
chat
old.
asks, is
So
art
fast.
really like a mine where you take a resource out of the earth and then when it's gone, or is it more like farming where you can do it in a renewable fashion? No, there's a finite amount of art.
Yeah. When it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah, we are strip mining the earth for this art, and at some point in time, that will be it. There will be no more art.
Yeah, you actually only think that farming is renewable, but there's a finite number of plants too.
Right. Every time
they can ever grow.
They can ever grow.
Whatever what comes out of the ground.
And like
we
it's
just
a
don't
real
know
big
what that
number.
is.
But like it'll
Yeah.
probably never come up. Maybe.
Yeah. But one day we'll just be like,
You'll be putting like an acorn in the ground and nothing happens. You're like, I don't know, why am I farming acorns? What kind of terrible farmer am I?
Uh-huh.
Kind of doesn't
I
get
mean,
it.
that's like a real kind of farmer.
An acorn.
It's just
Freya,
that
hi
like
child. There's a lot of highs for her.
Yeah.
They're just delayed.
It's like a wood farmer.
yeah,
Yeah,
like,
it's a
like
tree
for real.
farmer.
Napoleon planted a bunch of oak trees
Mhm.
that they're now harvesting.
Are you saying
but-
Napoleon was a farmer, Paul?
Yes, I am.
Strong
but
disagree.
Napoleon planted the oak trees to make sailing ships. We don't need those anymore, but what we do need is wine barrels.
Yeah,
and
that's
that's
true.
what they harvest them for.
Yeah.
So Napoleon accidentally 200 years ago set up a real good wine barrel industry in France.
We get asked in the chat.
Get ahead.
Out of curiosity, were there any ideas for heroes, villains, or environments in terms of game mechanics that never got to be realized? I mean, Living Planet.
Living Planet.
Living
jumps to
Planet.
mind, yeah.
Yeah. But
I was just going to answer that with a yes and move on.
that's also true.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seemed like a real good question for that.
Yeah.
I'm still hoping for scratch and sniff environments.
I mean, anything's possible.
Ooh.
We won't
What-
do
what-
that, but anything's
Does-
possible.
We're gonna just do Rook City. It's gonna be awful.
No! Out of all
Yeah,
the
that's like
expansions,
all of the I
the
want
one
Insular
you
Permalice.
pick.
Yeah. You can
I
do
wanna know what that
oh
would look
look.
Why would
The
you want to
sewage
scratch and
coming
sniff?
out of the
It'll smell like burning dinosaur.
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
Burning dinosaur, Maggie.
I don't know what that smells like.
a
Could I use
steakhouse?
Yeah,
When you start
exactly.
your car, you're smelling burning dinosaur.
Boom.
Oh, okay, that's
Boom.
fair,
Adam's
but-
gotcha.
Damn.
It'll
okay, you
smell
got
like
me.
a New York City street corner in July at midnight.
Oh no.
Well, actually,
Okay.
most oil isn't from dinosaurs.
Not anymore. We used up all the
To
good
be
dinosaur
honest.
oil.
We use up all the dinosaur oil.
It's mostly from plants that lived a long time before the dinosaurs.
Okay.
So
in the
Yeah, well, I mean, explain where all the dinosaur oil is then.
Well, no, that's missing. That was stolen by aliens
Right.
millennia ago
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
to build the pyramids.
Adam in the chat, Nathan Miracle asks, "Living Planet, was that an environment, a villain, or a hero?" So
Yes.
here's the deal: Living Planet is our go-to joke that we make whenever we're like trying to come. It's like, okay, we had an idea for a new, and this is back in the day. This is like 8 years ago when we were making new expansions. We're like, okay, we need a new character, we need a new place, we need a new villain, we need like anything. We're like, well, could do a Living Planet. We could do a Living Planet.
It came from like actually entertaining the idea for Wrath of the
hot
Cosmos.
second. Yeah.
And then just going like, it's like we can't make it work. And
well, it was like it's either too big or too small. Like
and
if
then
it's
we would forget that we proposed it.
And then somebody would be like, "Oh, I have a cool idea. Let's hear it."
Yeah.
Is it?
It's a Living Planet.
It's a Living Planet.
Yeah. And so now that's our go-to joke.
It's just a scene from The Good Place where she keeps handing cactuses. And it's like,
Mhm.
I've got it this time. It's like,
Do you? Or...
What is it? You're not going to give me another Living Planet, are you? No, I promise. Okay. And that is why the character Orbo exists in the Enclave of the Endlings, is because we needed to include a Living Planet. And so, fine.
Yeah.
Fine. As if that would put it to bed. It did not.
Yeah, there was a lot of things like with Wrath of the Cosmos in particular, there were a lot of things that were like, this takes too much focus or it isn't important enough.
Right. Too big, too small. Every time.
There was like one that was like, oh, a sun is being extinguished and you're on a spaceship heading towards the sun to reignite it or something. I don't know. There was a lot of things that were like big event type.
Well, there were very space story, but not necessarily very superhero story. So
right, or like, I mean, even if they were superhero story, they took precedence over the villain, like, and you didn't want the environment.
For the environment,
competing. It wasn't like.
All right. What else? Does anybody have any interesting, exciting news?
Busy says nothing smelled right at Pike Industries in ages because Ryan Frost was their last janitor.
Rough.
Ouch.
Yeah. It was a long time ago. Scratch and sniff rum of Discord. I like that.
What would it smell like though? I want to know. The smell changes every time.
Everything. That's
fair.
Yeah. All smells and no smells. You're like, I don't smell anything, but my senses are assaulted at the exact same time.
Brian asks, in the canonical page of the Sentinel comics, has the Wraith ever interrogated Bebot? Nope.
No.
Never once.
New for that.
Right. Karentichu says, hey, if all of you had to sit down, split into 2 groups, and play Definitive Edition right now, which heroes would you pick? So for that, everybody can just go around and say what hero they would play in a game. You can't say the same hero that someone else has already said twice, because we're playing 2 games. So if we're broken up, so if someone says Haka, and then someone else says Hakia, and then it's Maggie's turn, Maggie can't say Haka.
We need to pick a hero out of Definitive Edition that we would play. Right?
Yes. Yes. You have 12 heroes to pick from, but given that there's 10 of us in this call, and each hero may be picked a maximum of twice, then I think we're okay. I think.
I'll go first.
Do it.
I want to play as the new secret promo Ra.
Oh, Adam stealing my thunder. I love it. That's great. That's great. Good job. Who else?
I'll take Absolute Zero.
Just regular style. Oh, regular style?
Yeah, no, regular style Absolute Zero.
Regular style Absolute Zero. All right. Yeah, given variants that we have infinite options.
Yeah.
Not
I don't remember which variants are in this.
So don't worry about variants. Just
they're not gonna.
Just play a regular character. Paul.
Living Planet.
It's not an option. You have to pick somebody in Definitive. There's
I'll
no
play,
Living Planet in Definitive Edition.
Oh, okay, that's right. We moved it.
Right.
So I think that I would play Argent Adept.
Sure.
Yeah. So far, we 3 can be on a team.
Yeah. Who else?
Debating whether to be Wraith or Unity.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I want to be Wraith, so you be Unity.
That's what
okay.
All right.
It's really good that the 3 of us could be on a team, Adam, because then a lot, like 5 of these people don't have to be on a team with us.
Yeah.
In the chat, Nerd says, wait, you said we would only be getting first appearance variants. Nowhere did I say that you'd only be getting first appearance variants over the course of the Sentinels of the Multiverse Definitive Edition run. I said you'd only be getting first appearance variants in the core game of Sentinels, the Multiverse Definitive Edition. And that is what's true.
Yeah. I spilled the beans.
Put the beans back, Adam.
I'm the Tom Holland of Greater Than Games.
You're not cute enough to be the Tom Holland of Greater Than Games.
That's mean.
No, it's not. Tom Holland is incredibly cute.
He's so.
But Adam is also
Adam does
adorable.
not carry that like juvenile innocence.
No. It's me, right?
Just keep talking so nobody can follow up on that question, Maggie.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
Bailey's here.
Bailey.
Yay! Hey, Bailey.
Hey.
We're playing a game of Definitive Edition Sentinels Multiverse right now. Which character do you want to play?
Not actually have to play it.
You can't go wrong. Nobody said.
I don't know any of them, so
You haven't watched the campaign enough to know the name of any one hero. Don't Maggie. Don't make it easy.
Well, who's available? Who do we got?
There's 12 heroes in Definitive Edition Sentinels Multiverse.
I can't remember his name. He's the like alien who does electricity.
Tempest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. You got it. You got
Like
it.
him.
There you go.
I call Tachyon.
Okay, great.
I am also calling Tachyon.
Oh,
That's fine. That's
It's not the
acceptable.
club. Get
No. This is fine.
No, it's fine.
It's fine. It's
Because
fine.
there's 2.
Now, no one else can call Tachyon unless you play a different variant than. Are both Daryl and Trevor? Are you both playing regular Tachyon, or are you playing more the first appearance Tachyon?
I'm playing regular.
I'll do first appearance.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
We're
look at
still
that.
nice. All right, who hasn't called one? Maggie, have you picked one yet?
Haka.
What?
Appearance.
Okay, first appearance.
Okay.
Whew.
Yeah.
Whew. All right, Dave, who are you playing?
So if you won't let me play the adhesivist
I will
hacked
not let
into,
you. No.
I would just take him out of the deck and then I would put him over top, whatever. I'll play Raw then. Let's pretend he's the adhesivist, and instead of fire
Instead of
damage,
fire,
he
it's
does
glue.
damage.
That would be a pretty accurate look for adhesivist.
Glue damage.
I'll fire up my playtesting stuff and just start writing guys cards right now.
No, Chris, you glue up your playtesting stuff because we're replacing fire with glue. So
That's true. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Hal 2009 makes a good point that there are 11 people here now, so we have to divide it into 3 games.
With the yeah, that's fine. We'll have 3 games now. All right, so I will play fnatic, and I will play the secret promo fnatic.
I knew you were going to say that.
It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
It's so
You're
good.
not wrong. I knew you were going to say that.
Of course I was. That is the variant that I have played the most so far yet. So yeah. All right. Good.
I have to go right now.
You
to
do.
get my children from school.
Thank you for staying an extra 6 minutes, Paul. We appreciate it.
Yep. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Very well.
All
right,
right.
cool.
Now
We're back
now
to
that
a good-
Paul's gone. Ugh.
Yeah, finally.
Oh, thank God. Oh,
Bailey, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good. Very good.
Yay.
Thanks for hopping in.
Yeah. I just got back from going to get someone. I just had to go get my wife from work. So hey, I feel that.
There we go. Perfect. The next time somebody leaves, it has to be because they're going to get someone from someplace. That's the only.
Does
That's the
It'll
rule.
be me.
does a
that is true.
decent variant Raw use a hot glue
Meet me
gun?
in 10 minutes.
A hot glue gun.
God.
Get it?
Hot glue
Get it? A
gun.
hot
See,
glue
the
gun?
people are demanding it now.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
we
not
gotta
too late to
have
add a stretch goal, right?
He's this variant raw.
You just take the raw deck, and you change the variant. Just says power. This isn't a power. Just change all the word fire to glue. Okay. It's not very well play tested.
Connor, there are no secret variants in the core box.
Which is just the exact same sort of thing that someone would say if they were trying to hide secret variants in the core box.
Also, if it were the truth.
Yeah, so you be the judge.
We're not saying there's nothing underneath the insert in the game box, but we're saying that there's nothing underneath the insert in the game box.
Can you trust Adam and Daryl? Do they seem like people? Adam's showing you his face. Daryl's not.
That's true. Daryl was
I
showing
would
it.
trust Daryl over Adam.
Oh, interesting. Well,
Really?
Daryl's at a Blues game now, so he can't be at the. He can't be in the. He's got to
Oh.
got to watch the hockey.
It's a little loud here. I got to keep muting it.
Yeah, I
I'm
appreciate
more-
that.
I don't know. I feel like I'm more trustworthy. I'm pretty
You feel like you're more trustworthy than Daryl?
straightforward with people most of the time.
You have a podcast in which one of the things you do on the podcast, one of the most important things you do on that podcast, is lie to people.
But I'm honest about those lies.
He is honest usually about them.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Oh goodness.
I lie without subterfuge.
I don't understand where my lie was.
Sounds like a Zen
I said that
koan.
there's nothing underneath the insert in the game box.
If a power does multiple types
That's
of
true.
damage
That's
and it is decreased by an effect like Baron Blade's -2, does it reduce both types of damage by 2 or reduce the total damage? Yeah, but so if an attack does 2 damage and 2 damage and there's a -2 to damage, it's 0 and 0. If an attack does 4 damage in one chunk and there's a -2 to damage, it does 2 damage. Each amount of damage, each attack of damage is its own thing. Nerd says, are there secret promos in the foil promo pack? No, only unsecret ones. There's very obvious they're the entire product variants in that pack. All right.
Do we ever discuss introducing a minifig component to the game? We did actually discuss it.
Yeah.
And decided against it.
Correct.
But we're like, it'd be cool if we
Maggie,
have minis.
Maggie, you can't type and say, "Oh, Maggie can probably be trusted." You're saying Katie and Bailey can probably be trusted. Okay, fine, but you can't say. It's gonna be like, you can trust everything I say.
I talked in third person, so they'll be confused.
That's more confusing. Everybody.
We handle most of the public-facing messaging, so
yeah, and I have to
usually probably be trusted.
I just want to point out that she didn't say that they could be trusted. She said suited.
That's true. That's true. It
just
yet another good example of how you do the public-facing messaging, and I edit it.
Well, yeah, that's true.
When you type a thing and don't let me edit it, then it's not trustworthy.
Trusted. Are there not secret promos because Adam spilled the beans and now they're no longer secret?
Well, I need to clarify. There are no secret promos. There are no more promos.
There you go. There
I
you go.
used-
That's a
I used
Christopher-esque
that
sort of
word
answer.
still.
I love it.
I use that word still, and I need to not.
It's the wrong
there are
word,
secret
Adam.
variants. It's not been a secret that there will be many variants over the course of everything.
We certainly
but-
haven't been at
But all
all
of what they
attempting
are
to keep that a
secret.
secret. Yeah.
I mean, if people are wanting secret promos, the way that we do this is
Variants.
there are cards that we have not talked about. Those are secret to you. When you get them, you're like, wow, I didn't
But
know
they're-
about
they're
these.
Still not promos.
Variants.
But everyone has them, and they come in the game.
They come with the game now.
There's
Yeah.
no such thing as promos. It's fake news.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. What do we got? Nope. Ronway.
Yeah. I like the question, but no.
Ronway, no. Teo Mesa says, speaking of minifigs, if you guys had merch, I would buy so much of it. We've got lots of merch. We have Sentinels, the Multiverse Definitive Edition. We've got Sentinel Comics, the role-playing game. The role-playing game has adventures and a coloring book and dice and a GM kit. Yeah.
Merch is rough.
We got lots of merch.
No, I know, but like in terms of what the sort of merch that you're asking for. Because a lot of it is like you have to build up a huge stockpile of it. And yeah, conventions is.
Although now that we have a bigger warehouse.
I'm not doing no. That's not what that means. We need
I don't know. I think Jen's got a good point.
We can talk about it in our project management meeting next Monday.
I'm out of town next Monday, so I won't be there to back up Jen. I don't like this. Wait
That's
until I'm back.
fine.
I wait until I'm back to back up Jen. Wait
like
until I can be
funny.
back so I can be on Jen's team.
Yeah. No project management meetings until Christopher's back.
Greg wants to know,
I-
Bailey, how have you adapted to this team?
I love it here. This is great. Everybody's wonderful.
Oh man.
Everybody's really nice. And it's a lot of laughs.
So that just means Bailey has not interacted with us enough yet. We'll just
Yeah.
No, it just means
No, we
she's
just
really
have
good at her
interaction.
job and she knows how to do good public speaking.
We'll crunch you
We
down.
kept her interaction limited to me and Katie mostly, so it's
Pretty
great.
much. It's
That
like
is
Katie,
true.
Maggie, Matt. Talked to Braithwaite yesterday. So there you go.
How did that go?
Bailey and I are neighbors in the new offices, so
You're all neighbors in the new offices. Everyone's neighbors.
No,
It's all right there.
We share a
Like,
wall.
yeah.
So
We do share a wall.
if I need her, I'm going to get a tennis ball and just throw it against the wall a few times.
I
That's
share a wall on
okay.
the
I'll
other
just
side
play-
of Bailey, so watch
I'll
out.
just play Rasputin really, really loud, and then you'll just deal with it.
In the
I'll
chat,
just come dance in the hallway.
M. Steiner says, cut, bench, start with the heroes and the villains and the Definitive Edition core box. You want all 10 of us to answer this question? Man, it's the whole lesson of the live stream. Does anybody have any answers about which heroes they would cut, bench, or start from the core box?
Wait, cut.
I know the one, and I love
the
him,
difference
so that's
between
it.
cutting and
Yeah, just say Tim.
from-
So
Arturo.
cutting is you cut from the team. Benches is
Bench
you
or
put them
start.
on the bench, so
Ouch, that's rough.
you're not cutting it from the team, but they're not playing right now. And the
Right.
start means you start the game
Oh,
with
so
them
that's
out.
the version of Mary in this.
Yes.
Right, but like you're only
That's hilarious.
Well, so
I
who
like
you
it.
start and who you bench means that, like, usually in the second half of
Right.
the game, you take whoever you started and get them out, and whoever you benched and put them in.
but you don't do that in Sentinels.
You,
Right, that's what
you
I'm
do
saying.
now.
Okay.
But do they mean like in a
Arturo's and
sport?
Mr. Chomps plush.
Hi,
Mr.
Arturo,
Chomps
I
is
would like to point
here.
out is showing off our merch.
Yay!
This is the Mr. Chomps plush.
Rename.
I'm
New
gonna
Mr. Chomps does not look that.
I'm gonna
Cut.
start Legacy.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I have changed Arturo's name.
I'm gonna
All right, everybody, I gotta go.
Bye, Trevor.
Bye.
Bye, Trevor.
Go pick up. Go pick
Go
up.
be with children.
Go pick
yes.
up Paul's kids.
Yeah, Trevor.
Bye. Who am I gonna cut? Cutting's hard.
Yeah, that's tough. Cut.
Oh, Brian asks, wait, so where can you find the comic books for this game?
Ouch. Deep cut.
Bailey, can you handle? So, Bailey, I'm a new customer for Greater Than Games, and I bought all the Sentinel comic stuff. Where do I get the comic books referenced in these products?
Your imagination.
Wow. Cool. Thanks.
Power of imagination.
You think it real hard.
That's true. I do think it real hard, and then we have a weekly podcast about it.
I was gonna say the closest you can get is probably the podcast.
Podcast.
Yep.
Yeah.
At Captain Cosmic, dude's got a lot going on already.
Oh
and
man, rude.
Yeah.
he's just got a lot of
I'm
responsibilities.
just gonna
And
cut absolute zero.
Yeah.
Get ouch.
I just don't. He's just not my
Maggie.
jam. I'm
Rough.
sorry.
no, Maggie, no.
Well, I said it. I said it. It's been.
I was gonna
documented.
cheat. I was gonna cut Mr. Chomps, and then
That's way
Unity can
worse.
just craft something else. It's fine.
If
She
you
can
cut-
just make another Mr. Chomps.
If you
It's
cut
fine.
Mr. Chomps, it cuts Unity because it's the
Yeah,
same
I
deck.
was gonna
No.
piss everybody off by cutting Unity actually.
Dun, dun,
That's fine. I
dun.
mean, I get that. In all fairness, I get that.
All right.
I get that.
Here's an intern.
Human Cat wants to know how many pieces of ordnance does Binker have in
Yeah, Binker has 72 pieces of ordnance.
All unique.
Yeah. in their 40 card deck. Dave.
Ooh, Cody says hashtag cancel Maggie.
Cody, I know where you live. That's a real bold statement.
Maggie's gunning for you.
Cody, if it comes up, you can just move to St. Louis. You'll be safe from Maggie.
What, you're gonna protect Cody the whole time? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna make a knock about how you're always
my
in
gosh.
Indy.
Yep. Maggie,
Oh yeah.
look over your shoulder, Maggie.
I know. There's a Rosie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's because she's stuck because the dog's in front of the door.
Or Rosie.
Yeah, Will Kelly says, just cut Mr. Chomps to sleep.
So I have a question on that.
Okay.
Is Mr. Chomps like a ship of Theseus situation?
Yep.
Where when you replace the parts of Mr. Chomps, is it always Mr. Chomps?
Here's the thing. Expressly, yes. To the point that Unity is like very on purpose being willfully ignorant about this, where if Mr. Chomps gets obliterated in a way there are no pieces left in one fell swoop, and she grabs like a car radiator from over there and goes whoop and goes, oh, Mr. Chomps, you're back. I was worried about you. Good thing you're fine. And everyone's like,
Mr.
that's
Chomps, you looked like that. That was an ouchie.
right. It's like
She
that's
also
a
rebuilt
different
him
one.
multiple times, and he looks different. And
Yeah,
like,
and she's always like,
Or
it's
if there's
Mr.
multiples
Chomps.
of Mr. Chomps, like
Yeah.
at the same time. It's Mr. Chomps. You have other Mr. Chompses.
Ah!
It's Mr.'s Chomp.
Yeah, it sure is.
Mr.'s Chomp. Thank you.
A wild tack.
everybody thought Russ says how the original playtest in Unity, everyone thought she was stupid until we saw flavor text and art.
They loved her. Yeah. Brian says, Maggie, the dinosaur whose neck you snapped to sleep, is doing great and running around on a big farm upstate.
I know. It makes me feel better. Listen, I'm not here to kill dinosaurs, but Cody better watch out. No, I'm just kidding.
Dinosaurs have no such compunctions.
Oh boy. Let's see. Dominique says, yeah, Bunker has flat cannon, grenade launcher, mounted AP gun, Gatling gun, Omni cannon. I think that's it.
Old Gaffer wants to know if we consider making the now out of print cards from the previous version available through servers such as drive-through cards.
No.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No, this is the definitive edition.
This is the
Yep. Ron White, sounds like you need a new Mr. Chomps. Jump.
Show of hands, who is here to kill dinosaurs?
What are you looking for, Christopher? I can screen share it.
It's all right. You probably can't screen share it.
He would have to let you screen share it. Don't pout. I saw the face happening. I just saw it happening.
Don't pout. So harsh, Maggie.
I'm not here to kill dinosaurs, but I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. Okay.
It's the boy.
Chop, chop. Chop, chop, chop.
There's Matt.
Nicely done, Matt.
Ah! Oh no. I'm worried for Jody's safety.
What is? Oh, the camera cut off. That's scary.
That's never good.
Dun dun dun.
Clever girl.
Yes.
And clearly, we're not publishing comics, but we are creating horror movies.
Yes, of course, right. One of those is easier than the
Yes.
other.
Chomps loves to drive the forklift.
Yeah.
He likes to eat the bits of
I
the
really
forklift.
enjoy this
It's
Mr.
a
Chomps
dangerous
channel.
thing.
There's just various shots of what things happening in the warehouse.
Do you remember a few years
wonder if I
ago
can
when we
do-
did one of our, I think it was a holiday citizen newsletter, and we did a day with Mr. Chomps, and he hung out with Jody in the warehouse, he packed boxes, he drove the forklift.
This was
all
like,
kinds of fun. He ran away from boxes falling off a large shelf.
I remember that. Yeah.
what is
Really?
Citizen Dawn's favorite dinosaur?
Oh yeah, Mr. Chomps in a
Chomps
tree.
in a tree.
One that was born with powers.
That's fair
You
answer.
really consider a 24/7 Mr. Chomp cam as
Right?
part of the website.
Yeah.
No.
Mr. Chomps Cam was going to be at
That's not a
conventions, and then
waste of
conventions never
resources.
happened.
Yeah.
Well, and also
Remember that,
we
Maggie?
realized the bandwidth at conventions is so terrible that it's impossible to do.
Yeah.
Live streaming
Bandwidth
at
for the
conventions,
people and for
very
the internet.
Yeah, very, very difficult.
Yeah, I think
One
that
day,
you'd
when
have to do
conventions
it
are a thing
from-
again.
from home. That you like, we set up the camera back in the warehouse and just
Mm-hmm.
leave it on.
Are there plans to redo the collector's case in the future once more expansions have been released? Everyone's favorite question.
So the collector's case was a fantastic experiment that we learned a lot
Beautiful nightmare.
on. We made a really cool thing, and we lost a ton of money. The process of it was arduous and inefficient, and finally came up with a thing that we are glad that we made, and we have no intention of ever making again. I am much more likely to be interested in a solution, sort of what happened with Spirit Island, where an outside company that does a really good job making insert type things would partner with us to make a collection sort of case thing that you put in a definitive edition box, and it puts things together like Broken Token did for Spirit Island. That
Or
I think was
also,
great.
I think that you could buy like one of those things that sorts a plastic thing that sorts cards in rows like that.
Yeah.
And then
Do it yourself.
you could sell stickers that go on top of it that says like complete edition
Sure.
or something like
Probably would say definitive edition.
that. We could say, well, yeah,
The
it's
complete
like complete
definitive
collector's case. We could sell the sticker.
We'll sell
for
the sticker,
case. You can
right.
Make it official.
Yeah, you could just write on
That's-
it with a Sharpie.
There
But
you go. I just sent a link for something that could be made as a
We're gonna
collector's
start
box.
selling Sharpies.
where did you put that link?
We become a licensed Sharpie dealer.
Right. There you go. Okay, we got some real questions here. Brian says, has there ever been an evil Mr. Chomps story in Sentinel Comics?
Not that I know.
No, no. Dominic says, do the Freedom 5 have favorite Unity bots? How do they feel about their Unity bot counterparts? Legacy probably really likes his.
Probably this is, yeah.
Oh, Mr. Chomps is attacking the greater than game sign. Be careful of that barbed wire, Mr. Chomps. Tachyon does not much care for her bot because it just makes fun of her all the time.
I can't imagine Absolute Zero really loves his either.
He thinks it's cool.
Boo. Boo.
Wraith likes hers because it releases a bunch of steam and smoke so that she can hide in the smoke, and then also is definitely noisier than she is. So she's like, "Oh, perfect, no problem. I'll just go over here." Bunkers likes hers because there's more shooting. Yeah, like, all right. What do we got? What do we got?
I guess I'm the Mark Ruffalo of Greater Than Games.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay.
Mark Ruffalo is like
he also spoiled stuff.
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
He like had his phone on during the premieres and stuff. A few different, like he's had a few different incidents.
Okay.
It makes me happy.
All right, there you go.
That's more accurate because I'm also grumpy.
Mark Ruffalo's not that grumpy.
Him in real life, he's
fair.
sunshine and rainbows.
Well,
Yeah.
Hulk is.
But Mark Ruffalo's not. Any chance we'll get variants that either crossover or reference again, kind of like the both Six Strings version of Argent Adept? It's not likely, but it's not impossible. We don't have any plans for anything like that currently. So, Wesley Judson says, are there any new references, arts, quotes to Spirit Island in the Definitive Edition, or maybe in future products? Not in Definitive Edition, and like, man, I hate to tell you what the future will hold, because if in 2019 you asked me what the future would hold, almost every answer I'd give you would be wrong. So
Yeah, anything we tell you now is
we're just setting
has a
ourselves up for
potential to
failure
be
in the future.
false.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bailey, did you have your hand up? Is
Rosie
that why
is being
someone said
adorable.
skeleton hand?
Oh no, it's just I have ADD, man. I gotta fidget with something.
when Bailey has a question,
I'll raise my little skeleton hand.
Yeah.
That's why I asked. Well, someone said skeleton hand, and I was like, I didn't see it, but it must be
I'm
that.
fidgeting with Carmax. I'm just like twisting this on and off.
Yeah.
I've got this here broken headphone. That's what I play with on calls.
I always have my golden scissors, and people can say, "Stop playing with the golden scissors." Yeah, golden scissors. I don't know why.
That's my secret cap. I always spill the beans.
I'm not chewing on anything right now, so that's something. That's an improvement. Oh, I was gonna grab a beer to do this.
Grab a beer.
Yeah,
You can
Oh,
do it
Mr.
yourself,
Chomps.
time.
Mr. Chomps is wearing a mask.
It's safety first.
Yeah.
You gotta keep so many penguins away from each other.
Yes. One of the best purchases I've ever made.
Those are penguins.
Yeah.
They're dancing
Four
penguins.
dancing penguins apart. Look at that.
Yeah. It doesn't specify what type of penguin, and I feel like
I feel like
probably
you
that
need to
matters.
draw on their like little
Most likely
hats and
emperor.
stuff and umbrellas to make them Mary Poppins and Bert.
Yes. They need top hats and little canes.
You need it has to be like the straw hat thing, and then her like big one that goes. Whoop, whoop. This is this is the motion for her hat.
What's the motion? Do it again. I missed it.
That's how her hat goes.
Maybe they're Mr. Popper's
One more
penguins.
time.
You don't know.
For the audience.
They could be.
The hat.
Ru-
Show me what the hat does.
Yes.
Nice. Well, it's just switching to everybody. Okay.
Ronway asks, "What does fnatic do to calm down after a rough fight?" Calm down? How dare! She would never calm down. After a rough fight, she likes to do some exercise and break things with her forehead to amp her up for a new fight.
Oh,
Do you
that's a
go to
good
those smash
question from
rooms?
Wesley for Braithwaite.
Yeah.
Is Mishaps Chomps an anti-hero version of Chomps of Mr. Chomps?
I'd say that it started out as a Mr. Chomps, but it is now its own thing.
Mm-hmm.
Whether Unity would say that or see that or not, I could not say. I suspect that it has enough of Mishap's energy in it at this point that it would. it would resist being disassembled at least a little bit.
Are the skeletons part of it?
I mean, almost certainly.
Okay. Cool. I'm
confused. Blink 625. Yeah, the first part of the question is, will there be new characters that come with Definitive Edition? The second part is, will Legacy be getting a deck with richer color?
Adam,
what is that? I don't get that.
Don't worry about it. This is a
This was-
person attempting to trick you into answering a question about if we're going to put out more Legacy decks, perhaps for some other version of Legacy.
With richer color, I don't...
Right, because they would start at a later era than.
Oh, I see.
You heard it here, folks. You heard it here, folks.
That is way too clever for me.
If you want to trick Adam into giving you an answer, you can.
Right. Well, there's Legacy cards that go as late as I think like 2012 is maybe the last Legacy card. So like there.
All right, M. Steiner says, "Hey, how will each of you celebrate and/or decompress after your successful Kickstarter campaign for Definitive Edition?"
I'm gonna try and finish Final Fantasy VII.
Nice, the remake.
Good goal.
Yeah.
I have a cinnamon and apple calzone from last night that I'm going to finish.
Yo, send me one of them.
That sounds good. I like that plan.
I recently discovered sauce on the side.
Ah, yeah. Good choice.
It's really
Good choice.
good. Daryl, what'd you say?
So my decompression is just starting on the next game that we're going to be putting out. So
You're just now starting on it?
just now.
Swear word.
All right, I gotta run out and get my daughter. I will be back on later.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Bye.
Oh yeah, that is more accurate. That Adam is the Tom Holland of GTG when it comes to secret sharing.
Gone all the way back around.
Yep, it has. Well, anybody else? Anybody else have a decompression they're doing?
Well, as you know, I've worked extremely hard on this Kickstarter, and so
True.
it's just gonna have to. I don't know. It's been stress for me. So I'm
Yeah.
just gonna have to relax.
I hope you get a chance to take a break, Dave. I know you've been burning the midnight oil.
I mean, I have to write all those comics things that are in the thing. Yeah, it's all me.
It's true. It's true.
Oh, Mr. Chompson's gonna take a scooter ride.
Oh, cool.
I wonder if he runs the scooter into a pile of pallets and does a cool head over feet flip into another pile of pallets. That's a cool way to do it. Cool people do that when writing.
I feel like you're giving people ideas.
No, it's just a thing I did once in the warehouse.
That seems dangerous. Be careful.
Did you
No.
face any consequences for this?
I did not.
How would he ever?
As always.
I learned no lessons and continued to ride the scooter around the warehouse at top speeds. There was a series of pallets that were right next to each other with, this much space in between them. And I'm like, nah, the scooter reel's thinner than that. And so I rode the scooter down that Death Star trench in between the two things. And it worked pretty well for like 3 pallets. And then the side of the scooter caught the edge of one. And so the scooter stopped, but I kept going. But the scooter, importantly, has that handle that sticks up. So the first thing that kept going is my torso kept going. And then like my waist hit the handlebars, which meant my torso went over the handlebars and then the legs went up. And then I just kept spinning for 2 more pallets. It was cartoonish. I had minor bumps, scrapes, and bruises, and which as an entirely valuable trade. I will trade minor bumps, scrapes, and bruises for that story any day. So
That seems like a thing that's true.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's another decompressed thing. I want to watch. I want to watch Mortal Kombat this weekend.
Oh yeah.
That can't-
Same.
looks pretty cool.
I'm hyped for that.
You reminded me with the minor cuts and scrapes and bruises.
yeah, that's all you're gonna get out of Mortal Kombat 2. It's
Right.
minor cuts and scrapes.
They're notorious for how like PG-13 they are.
Yeah,
they
you-
really.
They're
they
like-
really
Super minor.
pull the punches on the violence.
When you get to the end of the fight, they say inconvenience him, and then
Yeah.
If all the heroes from Definitive Edition were on a video call, who would have to leave to pick someone up first?
Do any of them have children?
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Legacy, but he'd schedule ahead to make sure that he had that covered, because this is the thing that he was supposed to be doing.
Yeah,
He's booked.
Do you have anyone who has to like balance
Wraith would have to go to pick up
raising
her
children?
business paperwork.
I'd
Yeah,
actually say
Ruth.
Tachyon, because she's got so many things going on that she'd have
Yeah,
to
but
leave
she
to
just-
check up on them.
she just
but we
go in and
wouldn't
out.
know.
Right,
Yeah,
she
that's, the thing is, we would know.
But I miss you just left.
Well, I mean, by that token, though, she is the first one to leave.
Right, but
So-
you'll never know it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did Haka find any sandwiches he liked after being trapped in a different universe?
The good news is Haka likes sandwiches quite a bit and is not a picky eater, and so the answer is yes. Haka did find sandwiches that he liked trapped in a different universe.
Okay. So when the fashion deck comes out, is her first appearance variant going to be the fashion comics or her
Fashion
debut in
deck?
Supers comic?
Fashion
If a
deck?
fashion deck.
I
were to
sense
be
trickery afoot.
Fashion deck? What fashion deck?
I don't think.
It's been mentioned a few times.
What?
So-
No. Fashion deck?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, if one were to be made, I think her first appearance would be when her first appearance as a hero.
Right. If we were doing
Not-
everybody's
not the-
first appearance is their first appearance under the name that they have as a
Yeah.
hero. So
Not the old romance comics version.
Jen, who wins in specifically a sword fight, you or someone else? That's a very interesting question.
That's a very broad question too.
Yeah.
not just
Who
broadswords,
wins
other
with
types of
someone
swords
else?
as well.
Right.
Jen versus
Rapier.
Logan? Jen would win. Logan's a baby. Like,
Yeah, I need to know who I'm competing against here and what type of sword.
all right, Greg, you heard it here. Figure that out and then ask again.
If I'm in the competition, type of sword is irrelevant to me.
Fair.
Including my opponents can have whatever sword they want and also dictate
Right.
my type of sword.
Yeah, that's fair.
You have your golden
Yeah.
scissors. That's all I need.
If it's brooms on on four-wheel carts,
Uh-huh.
then things get a little more fair.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that everybody's worst enemy is themselves.
Yes.
Yeah, four-wheel carts are tricky.
Four-wheel carts are the
Everyone
best.
is a danger to themselves.
Yeah.
And also to the brooms.
Yeah. Oh, the brooms suffered.
So
Matt,
bad. bad.
It's Matt. Maybe. Probably. Hey, Matt.
hey.
Hey, Matt.
Am I
It's
hearable?
Matt. Yes.
You're
I am
here.
Oh,
hearable.
Mr. Chomps, such a tall stack of boxes you found.
Yeah. Wonder if that's the stuff we were working on today or yesterday. Yesterday. All right, I guess I'll refresh this page. Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, it's an interesting one.
Mm-hmm. It's still going. Higher than certainly I expected.
There's a bunch of people saying Matt in the chat. One of them said it with a smiley face, so I know that they're excited. Everyone else might just be mad at you.
Matt.
Ah, bother.
Legacy
So how's
and Baron
everybody's
Blade
digging?
switch bodies. What's the first thing they do?
Legacy.
Um,
and Baron Blades is part of the first-
Well, Baron Blade drank a bunch of liquid and then switched bodies. So that when Legacy got into his body, then he'd be like he would have to pee really bad.
what a scamp.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah,
scoundrel.
that guy. What a bad guy. The
Yep.
baddest boy.
He's going to go to the bathroom and not even wash his hands
Ugh.
Ew. Oh.
because he's a villain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Legacy immediately attempts to like use his now control of Baron Blade's body to try to like reform the country of Mordengrad, but
That was exactly what I was thinking.
but he's just too ham-fisted about it. He's like, we should all be good now, and they're all like, what does that mean? And
We are good. What are you?
Yes,
talking
sir.
about?
How might we be good?
and Baron Blade and Legacy's Body does essentially the same thing. Goes to Freedom 5. It's like, what if we left out a bunch of our secrets for Baron Blade to find? And they're like, okay, we knew this would happen someday. Tachyon, deploy the Legacy cage. What? No!
I'm not the handsome and genius Baron Blade.
Yeah, we thought you might not be. Bailey, that skeleton hand is freaking me out. I love it.
Yep, every
He's my
meeting.
one friend. I freaked Maggie out the other day with.
I was like, what is that, please? Hold it still. I need to look at it more carefully. So somebody says, okay, so Greg clarified that he would want to know between you and the whole office who would win in a sword fight. He didn't realize that Christopher was so good with swords. Christopher must now fight with his offhand.
It's fine.
I'm pretty sure that doesn't make much of a difference for Christopher.
So wait, it's a fight between me and anyone in the office?
It's a round robin.
Or
You
the
fight
entire office?
You
You
fight,
have to fight the
one at a time. You
entire
fight everybody
office.
in the entire office.
Oh my goodness. This seems
I'm gonna
very
just say,
daunting.
if I've had a Red Bull, I'm definitely gonna win. If I haven't, you'll definitely win.
Maggie,
I
you're
think
not.
that's true.
Maggie, you don't have enough cool. You don't have enough cool. You'll fall for a feint.
Mm-mm.
And I throw a sword hard enough to knock Jen out.
Yes.
The answer is yes.
I'm sorry, that's definitely
but
true.
will
Yeah.
Jen dodge it? Jen's
No,
Jen,
definitely
I will
not.
dodge it, and then I will steal your Nerf gun and take you down that way.
How dare.
He threw the sword at you. Now he doesn't have a
You
sword.
Two swords.
Right.
You don't get two
so-
swords. Everybody gets one sword.
Nope, I get one sword.
Okay,
They
nobody's
didn't
making
say I
rules
couldn't bring in
here.
alternate weapons. It's
They
kind of
also
like if
didn't
you're
say you
doing
had
like
one sword.
if you're competing in like rapier, I could like use my cloak. I could use a dagger. I don't have to use the rapier. So hey, why can't I use a Nerf
Did
gun?
he say sword fight or swords
It
fight?
said sword fight.
He said sword
Sword,
fight,
singular.
but it didn't imply that you couldn't then take
Ooh.
someone else's sword.
No
and
one says
have
a dog
sword.
can't play baseball.
Basketball, sir.
Nope.
Could we see another one or two or three bots?
I think
Maybe
that if
a
I'm
Three
going up
bots.
against Jen in a sword fighting match, I'll bring Christopher with a spear as my
That's
backup weapon.
your offhand weapon. I'm your offhand weapon.
Nice.
Your offhand is just your left hand grabbing my belt and just like pushing me forward with a spear.
Right.
I love being an offhand weapon. That's fantastic. I actually had
Human shield is shield.
I
Right.
had an outfit for that where I had a closed-faced helmet and a loop on the back of my armor, and then just two big axes that had flat handles, so I could hold them like this. It was guarding for the front of my body, and somebody would just steer me in. And I'm like,
Nice. Why have we never done this?
it's a bad play.
What?
There's time.
I have questions.
There are co-op games in addition to Sentinels of the Multiverse that
What?
you enjoy particularly. If so, what are they, and what's great in their
Spirit Island.
design?
Spirit Island.
Great,
Spirit
not
Island.
greater than.
Spirit
We
Island's a fun
also,
game.
Legends of Sleepy Hollow is almost.
It's almost a game.
It's almost a game, and it's a
almost a game.
cooperative game.
Yeah. I really like Legends of Sleepy Hollow. It's a
I
very
really
fun
like it too.
Yeah.
One that I'm like particularly into is the
Turtles.
is IDW's Adventures Universal Game System, which is practically defunct, but it's a lot of fun, and I think that it's good pieces.
Is it already defunct? Like I feel like it only started coming out like 4 or 5 years
so-
ago. Is that correct?
No, I know, but like, and they were doing pretty well, but I think they didn't handle COVID very well,
Mm.
and they laid off like all of their design team.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That sucks.
yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it would be something like Arkham Horror, because that's
a great
our
game.
beach go-to game,
It's a great game.
and we just leave it set up on the table and come back to it after we're done playing around in the waves, because you definitely want to play Arkham Horror after you're all sunburned and exhausted.
Yeah, that creeping feeling of exhaustion and also like pain and discomfort. That's that's psychic too.
And there's jellyfish on the beach.
But really, it's because the kids are then asleep.
Christopher and I used to play
Or at least
Arkham
tired.
Horror at IHOP,
It's true.
and one time at Perkins.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 times at Perkins.
There's Perkins.
Perkins
here?
was not as good. Not here.
Is there a Perkins nearby?
I don't know
I
if there's
miss
I don't
it.
know if there's
I
any
almost
Perkins
got
in St.
so
Louis. This is when
excited.
Adam and I were living in the
This
Kansas City
thing-
area.
the
Okay.
worst.
Perkins is fine.
Yeah.
They're all the same.
It's fine.
we went there. We would go there on weekends because no one would go to IHOP on weekends, and the manager at
Weekends
IHOP
in the middle of
was-
the night, specifically.
Yeah, right. The manager at IHOP on weekends got mad at us for playing board games there.
There was like completely empty room. No one's there but the two of us. We are buying food and drinks and tipping well. And the manager's like, "You're taking up the table space here." And we're like, "You're welcome."
Yeah.
Like, what?
There's a lot of
It's very
not
Midwest of
restaurants
you
named
to
Perkins.
That's very Midwest of you to do late night IHOP hangs.
We needed a 24-hour place.
We used to do it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perkins,
We used to talk
Cody.
all the time
Perkins is
about
a-
making like a late night restaurant with giant tables specifically for board gaming.
Yeah.
We would be like,
I'd do it.
Cody Perkins is an IHOP like.
yeah.
They have
It's
really
got
good
better-
salads and bread bowls, or at least they did.
It's got
Been a
better
while.
like pies and cakes and stuff. It's got better pastry
That's
items.
true. We got pie there.
Yeah,
The
Perkins.
pie is actually dope.
That's the thing that they are that they.
The pie's the reason to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like the closest one is in Jeff City.
Bro
I'm not
trip.
going there
Bro
either.
I
trip.
know,
Bro
No.
I
trip.
know that Christopher and a few other people have issues with it, but I love Mysterium playing that with my friends.
I like the
How
game
did
of
they a
I like the
restaurant?
game of Mysterium, but
Hello.
the theme doesn't touch the mechanics in the way that I want. So like
So I'm a gaming hipster about Mysterium in that I like the original Polish edition and not the redo one, just slightly different rules. But
A good game of Mysterium is the best game, and the bad game of Mysterium is the worst game. It depends on your friends.
Does
Good.
Does Baron Blade secretly wish he had thought of making a mini platform to shoot at people?
no, he doesn't like mini anything.
No, he
big
goes
everything.
big. Yeah.
Even his nanobots are even big. His nanobots are like the size of nickels.
Yeah, that's not nano at all.
That's not.
That's not how nano works. No.
They're nanobots, and they're the size of a grandma.
No, they're going into your bloodstream.
Right. Adam is correct. They go into your bloodstream, but they're the size of nickels. Enjoy.
Oh my god.
They tear their way in, but
That does
they
sound like a
they
Baron
fix it.
Blade-ish plan
They
to
fix
repair
it behind
yourself.
themselves, right? Yeah.
The legacy cage implies that Wraith has contingency plans for every hero going rogue. Any other examples of this?
You're assuming that
Specifically,
Wraith
guys.
built the cage.
No, the legacy cage is made by Tachyon.
Well, there you go, nerd.
Is that directed at Christopher
That
or
was
Adam?
their name. That's the person's name.
It just sounds like you're berating our audience. Like,
There you go,
Nerd,
nerd.
get outta here.
Thanks for the question, nerd.
Oh, what was the
I was
other?
really happy to
Like
say it
Ghost
like that.
Stories too. We really like.
Yeah,
that.
Ghost
That's
Stories
why
is
I
good. It's
answer
a
the emails, right?
Right.
super
This is
hard,
why we
though.
hired Bailey.
It's super hard, but it's
Yeah,
good.
nerd.
Katie and
That's their screen name. I know what I'm about.
Brian is mad now. His nanobots are smaller than red blood cells. We've seen them. Mm.
You don't know the size of the red
His
blood cells in
red
question,
blood
though.
They're
cells.
dinosaur red blood cells.
He's like,
I gotta get out of here. See you. Get hanging out.
Everyone,
Yeah,
Thanks for
I'm-
joining us, Dave. Thanks for all your hard work on
It's really
Definitive
difficult to
Edition.
answer all these questions without me.
Yeah.
If you have any Sentinel Comics RPG rules questions, send them to Jennifer. She'll take care of it.
Yeah, lead designer. Yeah.
Bye, Dave.
don't do that.
I kind of think it'd be funny. Maybe do it just like a few times.
Nerd
I mean,
says,
like,
this has
how-
been a problem
how
since
good of an
2013.
answer do you want?
Good times.
yeah, but Baron Blade's red blood cells are huge.
Yeah.
He has very few of them.
Yeah, he's
You
got
can
like
find
30.
them all into. He's like
They,
I have
they
these
each just wander
thousands,
around.
millions.
Roughly the size of a kidney.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What?
Matt just asked me a question.
Oh.
And I said,
You're
oh, yeah,
answering out loud.
because I'm a yeah. Well,
Way to go.
I'm gonna send. I'm
Way to
just
go.
sending him a link to
Strong
the
work.
stream.
Oh,
How
shoot,
do you make
Brian
both
has
sides of a
super
1v
simple
mini
question.
by playtesting.
Yeah, that's. I think that to me at least, the trick to any game is making
Playtesting.
everyone feel like you're doing something important, right? So like you need to feel powerful. I feel like so in a 1v many game, you have to make the one feel extra powerful, but you have to make all the individual players still feel powerful.
It's a very tricky balance.
It is.
Yeah. I would agree exactly with what Adam said, though.
I also
no, absolutely.
I've played a few 1v mini games, and like to me, it ends up always being more fun if the one ends up treating it more like a D&D like campaign type thing.
Right. Where the one isn't necessarily trying to win, the one is trying to make sure that everybody at the table is having a great time.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I played Mansions of Madness the first edition, and like as I like opened the book and I was seeing things, I was like, oh, I know how to just win this, but that's not going to be fun, and it's not going to be worth the hour of setup that this took. So like I'm just going to run it like a campaign. And we had a lot of fun.
Yeah. We actually recently, for some playtesting and game pitches, had to do some one versus many stuff. So
And
this is like a
this
very
very
recent thing that we
conversation.
talked about. Yep. Very, very recently. So doesn't have to do with Sentinels though.
Like not at all.
Not actually very much, no.
That sounded like maybe it did. It does. It definitely doesn't.
All right, folks, I'm gonna have to bow out. My back is screaming at me, and I think that is now my cue to head out.
It's good seeing you, Chris. I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Have a good vacation.
I'll try.
Bye.
Leave.
That's quality dismount.
I mean, that's kind of the other thing is like, I'm at this place in my life now that I never, I won't say never, but I almost never want to play Dungeons and Dragons again. I think there are other tabletop role-playing games I'd much rather play. Sentinels chief among them, but
That's
like
fair.
1v many experiences like that, I think are more attractive to me than D&D.
Yeah, that's also I think maybe where like Katie and I are at too at a point, because we've recently been looking at a lot of indie RPGs and playing them as like different groups. So
yeah, I also really like the Powered by the Apocalypse stuff. Like it's a lot of fun.
Yep.
Wager
But
Master
also
has
just play
forced
Sentinels.
all. Oh, sorry.
Go. Go, Maggie. Go. Maggie, go now.
Wager
Maggie.
Master has forced all the villains in the definitive edition core box into a hot dog eating contest. Who wins?
Akash Buddha.
That makes sense.
Just an open maw of the ground. Just...
Do you know who loses? For sure, no question.
Omnitron?
Omnitron. He's like, does not compute. Why would I do this thing? It's like, okay, you lose. We're not going to explain to you why you would do this thing.
So, Jen, what's one mechanics question about the Sentinels RPG that you would change now that you get to answer any question about it?
What's one question I would change about the mechanics, or what's one mechanic I would change?
I'm going to say that the intent is a mechanic you would change.
Yeah, it's the
one
intent
question
I
I would change.
I
about
agree that
mechanics is-
your quibble is a correct one, Jen. I'm on your side here, but let's go with the spirit of the question. What's a mechanic that you would change now that you are allowed to answer any questions?
mechanic that I would change?
Yeah, that way.
Mr. Fixer, or
that's a good mechanic. He's called
I like Mr. Fixer.
he's called Mantra in the RPG era.
I don't think I
Actually?
would change any of the mechanics.
Oh wow!
Because if I did, it wouldn't be the Sentinel Comics RPG. I actually really like the way that it works. I like the Euro system, the gyro system,
It's a Euro game.
I like the I like the ability for storytelling. I like that it works well for experienced players and novice players. So I don't think I would change any mechanics.
Jen, you're just. I appreciate the shill. I love it. It's good.
I don't think that's no. I think that's a true answer.
Oh, I think it is too, but
Yeah.
still, like.
Yeah.
It's legit, but also.
I'm gonna give it an alternate reason as to why you wouldn't change anything, Jen. It would mean so much work for you.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't change any mechanics because I don't want to have to lay out the book again.
Yeah, right.
I feel way more comfortable shilling for the RPG than I do for Sentinels of the Multiverse because
We'll see how you
I
feel
had,
about after Definitive Edition comes out.
well,
Yeah.
no, I mean, I had less to do with how the game works, right?
Yeah.
In like considerably less to do with the RPG and how it works. Like the lore stuff,
Yeah.
I had a lot of input on, but like
Because
I
Sarah had to do a bunch of the legwork on the layout for the first time. But if we have to lay it out again, the way that we've restructured roles,
It's all you.
that's so many pages to do alone.
Sucker.
And Adam would probably have to make us some new art to fill in some pages.
Adam,
so,
do you want
like,
to change any of the rules of the game?
No. It's my favorite game. Why would I change it?
Go ahead. Do it.
I'm
Do
new
it.
to Sentinels.
Who is Maggie? Are you?
Ben Hazel.
Thank you.
And he
Welcome,
really
Ben.
enjoyed watching our live playthroughs of Definitive Edition. We'll be doing more.
So not immediately. I'm sure we'll be doing more in the future. Adam and Paul and I had talked a long time ago about doing some live streams of just the three of us playing Sentinels and talking about how it got to that place. And then COVID happened, and so the live streams area got shut down and the offices got moved. And when everything's up and running again, I know that the three of us would really like to do that again because we thought it'd be really fun for we do like an hour or two stream. We play through Sentinels, talk about everything in it, and do all that. So that's
once we get the physicals, we should.
So maybe this fall, at the
Yeah.
soonest. But yeah.
If the Freedom 5 were to set up a D&D group, who would they choose to DM?
Absolute Zero.
Amelia Twain.
Oh no.
Gonna be a really good GM until at one point
I wasn't
twist.
counting her.
But that's who would GM for that group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Mr. Fixer ever stabbed Dark Watch in the back, would that make him a traitor mechanic?
Yes. And in
Yes.
fact, we wrote an entire game where that was the joke idea that launched that game.
Somebody asked me, do you think Floral Phantom and Violet Heart would get along? And then it's the same question for Jen's characters also. I think probably, because Violet Heart is mostly just like a little bit not sure about what's going on in the world. So like Floral Phantom would probably think of that as like a student, somebody that she could teach and like help.
Plus, the two of them sound really similar when they talk.
Yeah.
They do. It's
Uncanny.
remarkable, really.
Yeah.
For my characters, yeah, I think they would. I think that I think Riley would have a super appreciation for how wow, I just blanked out on my other character. How Barb Ross uses how she uses her natural talent to expand her superhero abilities. So yeah, I think they'd get along really well.
Is there anyone in the office that abbreviates the game by saying SOTM out loud? 100% there is.
Well, we say SOTM, but we don't say Sodom. But we do say abbrev a lot.
Do we?
No, we don't.
I always just say Sentinels.
Yeah.
That's.
But there's multiple games that could be referred to that way
So
now.
that's what it really comes down to, is that if we're talking about specific versions like SOTM DE, like Definitive Edition, versus an expansion thing versus something else, because we talk product,
SMDE.
Sentinels: The Multiverse Definitive Edition.
Yeah, I would say that we
The card
verbally
game.
probably say Sentinels, but whenever typing in Slack, yes, things get abbreviated to SOTM.
Yeah, for sure.
All the time.
Abbreeved. They get abbreeved.
No.
Yes.
They don't.
Fencing Fire Ferret wants to know if there will be a way to pre-order back after the Kickstarter. Kind of tight on money right now, but I'd love to support after things clear up.
Yeah, so we'll have the
Backer
open.
kit.
Yeah.
There will be a backer kit.
We are working on it. How do you know when someone says GTG, they don't say it backwards?
Yeah, they might have it backwards. That's fine.
They could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The good news is it reads both ways.
Yeah. Game's then greater.
So I had to lock a car into our parking lot the other day because we have a gate with a lock. And so I went over to the other side of the building where our landlords are. And I walked in and I'm like, hey, kid I've never met. I work on the other side. And he goes, oh, it better than games? And I'm like, I'm wearing the shirt, guy. Like it's right. It says it right here.
Matt, one of my favorite reviews ever of Sentinels: The Multiverse. Like, I was trying. It was, let me see, Sentinels of the Universe
Mm-hmm.
by Better Than Games.
Mhm.
And there was another, I don't remember the third part. There was a third thing that was also wrong. I don't remember specifically what. Oh, it was called, it was a deck building superhero game. The deck building superhero game, Sentinels of the Universe by Better Than Games. And it's like, did you? This is a review?
Is this a prank? Is this a prank? Are you
gaslamping me?
No, exactly.
You should hear me trying to explain this job to my parents.
Oh, good luck.
They just
we all
don't.
have that problem.
They just don't. They're like, so what exactly do you do? Your what games? What?
Right.
You just don't get it.
No, I feel you. My parents, it took forever for them to understand what it is we were
just
doing.
don't talk about it.
Yeah, my folks were like, you had like a career and you were doing things and then you quit everything to make this game company. It's like, yes, and look.
I have friends
And
that
we make this
corrected,
we
like-
make this fake comic book, but this real game and this. Yep.
All right, y'all. It is my turn to go pick up a tiny human.
Bye, Jen.
Bye, Jen. Bye bye.
I basically just was like, I answer emails. I answer emails that I write.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know, mom and dad. And I get paid for it. And they're like, okay, cool.
Adam, what were you
My
saying?
parents were like, "You're gonna move to Missouri? Why?" I don't know.
Good job.
Yeah.
I mean, same.
Maggie, you came from
Indiana.
Indiana.
My parents
We're like,
also were like,
you're gonna move to Missouri? We're from Indiana. Definitely better. It's like,
Definitely
That's exactly what I
different.
all right. Adam, what
I'm
were you
from New
saying?
Orleans, too.
about friends?
I was,
Yes,
I
it
was
is.
gonna say, like, I have friends that I still have to correct and say that it's not a deck building game.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
all the time. That's
Yep.
the most common one. Is like
There is a
even if you
deck building
get the name
aspect
right.
to this game. Adam, you and I do it at the very end of at the very beginning of the process, and then nobody does it anymore after that. It's a deck building game for me and Adam. That's it. Chris helps. Chris Burton helps.
Yeah.
So who would win in a bowling match between Freedom 5 and Prime Wardens?
Not the bowling alley.
Yeah, that
That's a
makes
good
sense.
answer. I actually think I
America.
actually think the Freedom 5, because they're a little bit more like controlled and working together as a team, where the Prime Wardens are out there, they're all like showboating and trying to like
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a fair answer.
Yeah.
Will the Sentinels of the Multiverse the card game, the board game, the opera ever exist? Now that
Yes.
Bailey is on board, it's far more likely to exist.
Bailey, you're
than ever
muted.
before.
I'm sorry. Can we please? I was just too excited. The Zoom couldn't handle me right
Yeah.
we really need to make opera happen.
Yep.
I will absolutely figure out a way.
Good,
Okay.
great.
That's-
We've got like you can work with John Mark on the music, and we'll be in good shape.
Welcome.
Gen Con
That's your pet
2022.
project.
Yeah,
We're
between
gonna
John
do
Mark
something
and
with
Trevor,
opera.
we have access to really great composers and musicians.
I actually have an idea now.
I don't even know how to read music, but I can certainly
It's
figure
not
it
that
out.
hard. It's
Okay.
not that hard. It'll be
Music, though,
fine.
right? That's,
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
knew
I
it.
always do it by ear. That's the problem. Is I always learned how to do it by ear. So like,
Okay.
Don't
All right.
worry, we got this. I've got an idea.
yeah. That's
Will you ever consider doing a small expansion of dimension hopping where heroes from the cauldron pop up?
No. We will do dimension hopping stuff certainly in the future, but it'll all be stuff canonical to Sentinel Comics, not some other property. Let me put a quick asterisk on that. I love the Cauldron. I'm thrilled that the Cauldron exists. I want people to make their own stuff at home. I love that stuff. That stuff isn't Greater Than Games' product, nor is it part of the Sentinel Comics world that Adam and I are crafting and telling stories from. But we don't dislike it. We don't want it to not exist. But it's like, yeah.
When's Better Than Games gonna put out their deck building superhero game?
Man. Well, they're only Better Than Games, and so since we're Greater Than Games, they'll never catch up with us.
That's true. Do you think the deck building concept has anywhere left to go at this point?
Yes, I do. We've only
We
started to
actually
dig
talked
into
about one that has like an element of deck building to it.
Yeah, I've got a couple of games that use deck. I think that's the trick. Is that deck building, as the meat and potatoes of a game, is less likely nowadays. It's used as one of the elements of stuff that's happening. But I like deck building games.
Rock opera? Question mark exclamation point? Yes, it would be a rock
Yeah,
opera.
that's the
Maybe.
rock operas are
Obviously.
superior.
Maybe.
Bailey and I have
It's
a
either
vision.
that or it's going to be in Italian. There's no in between.
Oh well,
Right.
I don't know because like
I think that in order for this to
You
be
said go with it. We're
in
going
order for
with
this
it.
to be on brand for us, we have to create an old Italian opera house, write it in Italian, and say that this has been an opera that's been performed for centuries.
You have to invent a composer that has always existed.
Invent this composer, and then like
Actually-
make all of the different times that it's been performed by all the different orchestras.
Actually, Sentinel Comics, the comic book, has been a retelling of the opera that was written hundreds of. Oh
So,
no!
Bailey, I know it's technically like operetta. It's a little bit lighter, but I'm a big Gilbert and Sullivan fan, and that is neither rock opera nor Italian. So, yeah.
I mean, that's fine. That's totally valid. We can do that.
Okay.
I'm fine with operetta.
I like opera with jokes.
Okay.
I mean, if you look hard enough, you can find an opera with jokes.
I don't have to look
But
that hard.
they
I
are
can just
written
watch
that
all of the
way.
Gilbert and Sullivan stuff.
That's true. That's fair.
Does Fnatic have faith in the fact that she can bowl really well?
No.
No,
No.
not at all.
She's like, why would I do this?
She just throws the ball.
Ha!
It just lodges in the
background.
There's Arturo.
Arturo, good job as Mr. Chomps.
He's creeping behind me.
He's creeping.
Oh god.
Just leaning
Oh
in.
god.
Zach volunteers as tribute to play lead laser shark guitar on the musical.
Okay.
Russ asked if we would do it in country. I said no.
Aw,
You
come
like country,
on.
but I can't do it.
Presumably, we'll do it in a
Yeehaw.
country.
In a country. Good point. Thank
We
you.
shall not. We'll do it in the open waters.
Yeah. Only
International Waters Opera.
Yeah.
Do it in space.
There you go.
Ooh.
No
I
country
would
for
say
old
on
operas.
the moon, but America owns the moon.
That's why we put a flag there.
Right. We put a flag there.
Space is the international waters of planets, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we abbreviated it to space.
Abbreviated it.
Will Sentinels of Earth Prime get a retrain errata for definitive edition, or is it pretty much hands off to the Mutants and Masterminds IP?
All right. So the question you're asking is if Green Ronin is going to re-release it for a definitive edition, and that is up to Green Ronin, and I have offered to them that I'd be willing to rewrite all the stuff for a definitive edition. However, the point is that the Sentinels of Earth Prime was promised to backers years ago as a game that worked with Sentinels of the Multiverse as is, and if they had released it for definitive edition, it would have made more people upset than the opposite. So you can easily use the conversion guide included on the main page of the Kickstarter to bring Sentinels of Earth Prime into working with everything else. And will there be a Sentinels of Earth Prime definitive edition? Probably depends on how well. Definitive edition does, and Sentinels of Earth Prime does. So time will tell. Matt's gonna kill Arturo now. Please, everybody,
I
watch.
was like, Arturo, please.
Oh look,
don't hit
Arturo's
me.
back there putting the. Uh-oh.
I didn't do anything.
What's happening? All over there.
Sorry, now I've got to go back to the questions.
Ruby, step in, help.
No.
Oh no,
they
Ruby's
handle
staying
it.
out of it. Oh, Matt's putting on his murdering gloves.
Oh
Looks
no,
like.
he put on his murdering gloves.
Does Fnatic have faith that bowling should exist?
I don't.
Fnatic doesn't have faith in any direction on bowling as a subject.
Okay. Which definitive edition hero is most likely to perform in an opera?
Argent Adept. Done. Next question. the full-time musician of everybody in the definitive edition.
After Argent Adept, who is the best singer in the core game?
After Argent Adept.
That was a good question, Dylan.
I'm trying to think of everybody in there. I think that actually Fnatic is a surprisingly good singer.
Sure. Yeah. Doesn't do it a lot, but yeah. Not Unity. Not Captain Cosmic. Not Ra. Maybe Legacy.
Maybe Legacy.
Legacy's probably a decent baritone.
Yeah, I was gonna say he has that nice resonant baritone. Yeah.
It's tough to say. It's so subjective. What do you mean best singer? Like, very subjective.
Genre is important.
Yeah. Let's get more specific with this. Okay. Are you worried about Greatest Them Games stealing your spot?
No, Brian. No, Brian, I'm not. Do you know why? We're greater than them.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if they say greatest. We're still greater than them. That's how the word greater works. We can use it for
Right.
everything.
Now, if someone made greater than games,
Yeah,
then we'd be
then we're in
worried.
trouble. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now you put the idea out into the world. Oh.
You know, it's an interesting thing. You can put whatever ideas out into the world, and people are like, oh, people are going to steal your ideas. Yeah, do it. You know, like
Coward. You
it's,
won't.
It's a bunch of
Come at me, scrub lord.
It's a bunch of work to do things, and yeah, you can't
Who is
just.
the single character that Wager Master likes to interact with most?
And most of them are married, right? So
This is a good joke. I like it. 2+. Wager Master likes to interact with the most. Probably, I mean, characters that take themselves really seriously. Wager Master likes.
Yeah.
fnatic.
Yeah. Wraith is a really good one because she has so many vulnerabilities. She's got a secret identity. She's got this like all these important things she's doing. And she's got her job and her work and all these. And so it's easy to mess with Wraith. And then she's like, I'll get to the bottom of your tricks. She's like, oh, you'll engage with my puzzles. So yeah, probably Wraith.
Someone says Haka maybe, and I'm pretty sure that's about singing, which I get.
Oh yeah, Haka. Yeah, Haka's got a good,
Haka's got a
good
good
singer.
voice.
Yeah, of course he is.
What % of funds devoted to the opera would be used to try to keep guys out of it?
At least 20%.
83%.
That seems high, but not wrong.
In all of the years, in all of the Sentinels. Wait, hang on.
Just
In
read the
all-
words.
In all of the years of Sentinels related April Fool's jokes that you've put out, which is your favorite?
Animated series.
Definitive edition.
Animated.
Wait, hold on.
Oh no! Oh, Matt.
Cat's out of the bag.
Matt,
No,
so good at jokes. Yeah, the animated series one that we put out years ago was my favorite because it's also the one that I most want to be real.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I assume that it's.
I'm gonna head out here too.
Bye, Adam.
Bye, Adam.
Hey,
I-
thanks for having me.
Can it be a 90s throwback animated series?
It
That's what
kind of
it
was. Yeah, it was.
Oh yeah.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
I was probably a fan then instead of an employee.
You were. It was a long time ago.
But I just
Baron Blade is-
avoid the internet on April Fool's Day.
So somebody says Baron Blade is likely a fine singer. ... I just don't. I think that he would think that he's a good singer.
He might have a good voice. He does a lot of monologuing, and that's pretty similar.
Everyone says bye, Adam, and then Vogel obviously wrote the Sentinels opera. Seems like Unity would be a decent singer for religious reasons, if nothing else.
Just because you have to sing a lot for your religious practice does not mean that you're any good at it.
That's very true.
I can tell in the chat the video which people went to various religious things as children and watched a lot of people who really believed in their abilities to do things out loud. Like belting it doesn't mean rocking it.
But dang, they tried.
The Midwest.
No matter
Is
how
there
much they
any
should have.
character You regret making? Is there any character you regret making, and why is it guys?
The only character that I regret making is your favorite one. Not you, Maggie, whoever the question asker is.
Okay, thank God. I
Yeah.
was like, excuse you. It was Winter Wolf.
Yeah, Winter Wolf,
CR7.
CR7. My only regret is making the character that you like the most. Why? I don't know. It's very rude of me.
Christopher woke up and chose violence today.
Chose. Chose.
It chose him.
Violence chose me.
Would Christopher and Adam voice
Arturo,
Hammer
what
and
are you doing?
Anvil in the opera and or the animated show?
Animated opera.
Adam.
The animated opera.
Adam isn't the right voice for Hammer. Hammer's like Adam could do a Hammer voice, but it's not the right voice for Hammer, and I'm definitely not the right voice for Anvil. I'm too talkative. So
Can he pull off the pants?
I mean, everybody can pull off the pants one leg at a time, just like everybody else does.
Why is Haka my favorite character? I don't know. I think it's just because he was the first one that I played, and
It's
so
because it's because he's a big, strong dude who's as wide as he is tall, and that's your exact thing, Maggie. Everybody knows why Hawk is your favorite character, except for you, apparently.
Well, I wasn't gonna. You just out me.
Yeah, I am gonna just out you. You're gonna wear your heart on your sleeve about everything and be like, "Oh, I don't know, Haka. He probably has cool mechanics." You don't give a flip about mechanics.
I mean, he really couldn't be any older.
Yeah.
It's okay, Maggie. My favorite's Tempest, and we all know why.
Because you like aliens?
Thank you.
Because I like aliens.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. That makes a lot of sense. That makes me very happy.
You didn't
Thank
think
you
of the
for-
smell.
Doesn't matter.
Yesterday on
Oh
the
God, Rufy, that was so loud.
yesterday on the live stream, I was asked which card art was most delicious, and I said, "Well, it'd be one from Tempest deck because I like seafood," and people did not appreciate that. Yeah. If you had to eat a hero, which hero would you eat?
Oh no. I'm legit gonna think about this. Why is it only heroes though?
It's only heroes.
Omnicron.
You got to pick. Oh no, you want to eat a whole robot?
Oh, I was joking.
Okay.
No, I was joking.
Got to eat a whole hero. Which hero do you eat for dinner?
Do you have to eat the whole hero?
Gotta
or
eat the
just
whole
some?
hero.
I can handle that. I can't eat the whole thing.
Oh, okay. You can eat
Who's
just
the
like
smallest?
a slice of a hero.
Okay.
Probably
Okay, just a slice of
yeah.
a hero.
Slice of
You could-
hero.
a slice of hero. One
I'll take a slice of
one
Tempest.
standard dinner portion of a hero. You do Tempest?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. All right.
You know, live a little.
Sure.
Yeah. That just looks like he might taste weird. I like that.
I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say all the
He's an
heroes will taste
alien.
weird, as opposed to
No,
humans
but
who
I
don't
mean-
taste weird.
Yes, good
They
point.
taste
good
like
point. Okay, so will Christopher fulfill his promise of a steak dinner once the Kickstarter ends? Who did he promise it to? For himself? For us? For whom?
Yeah.
He said
Remind me.
snake dinner.
Bacon steak?
Because I would take a steak.
You're gonna get a mistake.
Oh.
Boo.
Who has the best sleeves today? Does that mean like these? Like
Cardigan, baby.
it's a flannel?
I'm feeling pretty good about my entry.
Yeah. Well, I don't have all my arms out.
I don't
Okay.
have my arm.
Bailey's got
Sit over
extra
there.
arms.
Maggie, do you do a lot of communication for Great in the Games?
Unfortunately, yes. I'm
Oh,
so sorry. Will Maggie ever have a spot on the letters page? Maybe a creative episode talking creepy heroes.
Maggie, do you ever
Absolutely.
want to be on the letters page?
I would do it sometime if you want me to.
We talked about you being on the letters page if you caught up to listening to all the episodes. Because at one point in
that
time,
was-
you said
no.
you were going to do it, and then we were like, you're not going to do it. And you're like, no, I'm going to do it.
Well, that was when I had one job
Yeah.
at Greater Than Games.
Yeah.
I have so many other jobs now at
Uh-huh.
Greater Than Games.
How many episodes did you listen to on the letters page?
I have no idea.
Mhm.
I would say between 5 and 10.
Pretty good. Pretty good. It's up there.
For me, a
We
person
just
that doesn't
recorded
listen to
episode
podcasts-
175. So.
For me, a person that does not listen to podcasts, that's actually very good.
It's good. It's good.
So,
Yeah.
um,
You'd be likely to be in on a bullpen sometime. So if you're something you're interested in, let me know and I'll put it into the roster.
Okay. Which wine would Tempest pair best with? I feel like it's gonna be
You want a white wine with Tempest,
a white
Yeah.
wine if it's
like a Pinot Grigio.
yeah. Eat Haka, lots of meat, and he won't die from it. I can't eat my boyfriend. What?
I can't eat my
You
boyfriend.
know-
Me, oh yeah, I'll take
you
a
know,
slice of Tempest.
I've
Yeah.
got nothing to say about that. Next question.
I'm sorry. Is no one watching Arturo in the background?
Oh, I have been this whole time. It's my favorite part of the stream so far. Ruby,
I mean,
he's behind you.
Oh yes, he is.
He's right.
he's
behind.
absolutely oh god.
I'd ask Naturalist to take on a gazelle form for me,
And then you'd eat that.
and that's what Mima Tone says.
Okay.
Absolute Zero is definitely mint flavored, right?
That's what I would expect.
Oh boy.
How it feels to chew 5 gum.
But crunchier.
Sick reference, Bailey.
Uh,
The live stream that nobody asked for and everyone deserved.
Does guys taste like bananas? I hope not. I don't like bananas.
Yes, he does.
It's probably fake banana candy flavoring.
Yeah, it's not like banana. Yeah, that's fair.
Banana.
The The Lotus. Okay. The
72 minutes to go, everybody.
Oh God.
Good Lord. No, the
Woof.
Lotus Page tried to get him to buy us all steak dinners.
Uh-huh.
He decided to buy himself one instead, but I think
Right.
he still owes us picks.
That's right. I said. Everybody said, "Hey, if that was one of the questions." I said, "If the Kickstarter, I remember this now. If the Kickstarter is successful, will you buy us all steak dinners?" I said, "No, I won't. But you know what I'll do? If the Kickstarter is successful, I'll buy myself a steak dinner." So, yeah. And I think I said, I think I said I'd make myself a steak dinner because I'm actually more likely to do it to myself than buy one.
That makes sense.
But yeah, but I won't be doing it anytime in the next couple weeks because I won't have my perfect cast iron skillet. So how could I make a nice steak dinner?
Impossible.
Someone
said Floral Phantom is probably edible. Yes, but not part of the multiverse.
It's true.
I want a bullpen.
Robert G. Anderson says, have you ever thought about making official Sentinels of Multiverse card sleeves?
I got a surprise for you. It's on the Kickstarter.
On the Kickstarter, that this is a live stream to finish off the Kickstarter. There's card sleeves.
Yay!
I think they mean with Sentinels art on the back.
Yeah,
because
our cards are in our game. One of the things that Grid and Games we pride ourselves in being is making sure that every game we make is beautiful. Lots of cool art, lots of beautiful graphics and graphic design and all that stuff. And as a result, card sleeves that cover up an element of that game seems not great to us. We like you to see those things. So rather than making sleeves that are printed in plastic with some art that covers up the art that we really like, we'd rather give you entirely clear sleeves that when you put the cards in, they just look great.
Yay.
Almost as good as if you didn't put them in sleeves.
There's some people talking about Letters Page stuff.
Nobody likes that show.
Nobody likes that show. Why would we even mention it? Eat Haka to sleep is what someone said.
I have no comment on that as well.
Freedom 5 gum. That's actually, I bet that would be good. Delicious. And I think we're caught up on questions for the most part. Somebody did say that, okay, will my barbecue order from yesterday's barbecue arrive in the post? I left my order across the comments for different updates and live streams throughout the Kickstarter. That is Chris Willis, because I asked him to do that.
Oh, boy.
I was just like, yeah, keep doing it and see if Christopher says anything.
I will continue not to say anything.
Cool. And no, I don't think Matt would feel comfortable shipping barbecue.
Maybe.
I don't know, Matt. You tell us.
If it's domestic.
No.
Katie,
I'm not getting the FDA in this warehouse. Thanks. I'm good.
Just don't tell anybody we're doing it. Here
No.
on this live stream.
Someone said, I forgot where it is, the terrible joke about eating some ice-based character and finding out that he doesn't taste like ice, but more like human. Where was that? I think that was today.
Tastes like ice. What kind?
I don't know. I assume
So,
it's a Christopher.
Water then?
No, he tastes more like human than.
Oh my god. Like the inside of my freezer.
If Haka could take you anywhere on a date, where would you want him to take you, Christopher?
Gosh.
The library?
No, like the museum, like a natural history museum, something like that. But
he's like, that's not the way it went down.
But Haka can't afford me. I'm not a cheap date.
Ooh, that's true. He's a fancy boy. What are we looking at? Oh, we're looking at new ladies.
New ladies.
New ladies.
New ladies.
You see Aeon Girl in the background too.
Those are the restroom signs for our new offices. We took them down. If you can't tell, the one on the left, the one that says new, is actually an upside down men. And so the men sign became new, and ladies stayed ladies. New ladies.
New ladies.
Yeah. Good job, Ruby.
Yeah.
What is each of the Prime Warden's favorite ice cream flavors?
Argent Adept likes vanilla. Not even vanilla bean. Just vanilla. Haka likes one of those weird, like some sort of... Haka likes a flavor he's never had before. Tempest likes mint chocolate chip. Captain Cosmic likes butter pecan, and fnatic likes justice. By which I mean chocolate, but dark chocolate.
Is Haka a cheap date? Dash.
Yes.
There's another question that says, "Is money an issue for Haka?"
Haka is a cheap date, yes, because Haka was up for doing whatever. Is not very particular. Money is an issue for Haka. It's like in that Haka doesn't do a good job caring about money, which is all well and good until you need to spend money on something.
Yes. If you were a variant, what hero deck will you be? Wait, if you were a variant, what hero deck will you be, and what would be your power? Sorry for asking again. I didn't get an answer. Oh, sorry that we missed your question.
Does anybody here feel like making themselves into a variant for a hero deck?
You do.
I do? Okay. If I were a variant for a hero deck, what hero deck would I use? I would use Tachyon's hero deck, and it would be a retheme to, instead of like running real fast, it would be just doing my job a lot.
Right, writing real fast.
You would just be eating, Christopher.
Oh yeah. Well, no, I eat about the same amount. I eat about the same amount and speed that Tachyon does. So that part's already set. That's in the deck already. Yeah.
Presumably, I would do mainstay.
Yeah, you would.
Just cause.
Yeah.
I don't know what it would do different.
It's right there. Probably fly through space less and do more warehouse stuff.
It's like flying through space if you really think about it.
It is. It is. Pretty much the same, 1-to-1.
I like to teleport things across the planet using modes of transportation and boxes.
Nice. Nice. There you go.
It's very slow teleportation right now. So you'd speed it up.
We're all traveling through time.
It's pretty fast. Has there ever been a Fnatic and Expatriate team up? Yeah. Do Night Mist Argent Adept arrange for that to never happen? No. If it did happen, how big was the crater? Large. Yeah. Yeah. Large plus.
Is there Turret Dusting behind you?
There we go, Brian. Brian.
I don't know. He's just creepily behind me, and I only know that he's behind me when I catch him on my camera. I heard tape happening before, so I assume he's building some sort of bubble wrap man. I don't know.
Oh, a bubble man. Nice.
Bubble friend.
Bubble friend. Bubble buddy.
Yeah, there's still over an hour to go, so keep them coming. We gotta power through, make this last hour count.
All right, well, hold on. There's a rating prompt in here, which is the Ben & Jerry's ice cream flavor. Let's make a terrible pun.
Oh, okay.
For Sentinels themed Ben & Jerry's ice cream flavor.
Okay.
Christopher.
Oh, see, why is it always? It's me. I've always got to do the work. I've got to do all the work. It's the freedom. It's the 5 flavors of freedom, and you do like Neapolitan ice cream, but with like 2 more flavors that works with that. And it's a freedom 5, but the 5 flavors of freedom. So if you have strawberry for Tachyon, and you have vanilla for Legacy, and you have chocolate for Wraith, let's say. That means you need 1 more flavor for Bunker, which is guns. Wait, don't put guns in the chocolate and ice cream. And then you need 1 more for Absolute Zero, which is cold. So you add a little bit of mint for Absolute Zero, and you add
pistachio.
No, you add like chunks of chocolate. You have graham cracker chunks in the ice cream to give it texture, and there you go. That's your 5 flavors of freedom.
Right, but what do we call it? What's the pun?
That was the name of it.
5 flavors of freedom. You
That
heard
was
it.
the name.
But is it?
That was the name.
Is it good?
No.
Okay.
What
You asked me to do it
character
off
would
the
you-
cuff with no pre-thinking of it or anything. That's what you get with 30 seconds of creative time. You want more?
Matt, quick,
you
your
pay for
turn.
more.
Oh, we're just gonna make Jody's Absolute Zero cocktail.
Oh no.
Oh, ew.
Ugh.
Oh no.
No.
What?
No.
All right, so a couple of years ago at Gen Con, because the last Gen Con was a couple of years ago, some game company, I forget who, did like a cocktail at one of the local bars, and it was themed to whatever game, and we were like, well, what would we do? And Jody suggested an Absolute Zero. I was like, okay, well, let's figure out what's in an Absolute Zero. And she's like, well, it's going to be obviously like Rumplemints, it'll be mint. That's cold flavored, mint and cold. Okay, those go together. And like, there's a lot of blue in his costume, so I guess blue carousel. And I was like, that's orange juice and toothpaste. You just made orange juice and toothpaste the drink. Don't make that. Don't drink that.
And how was it? Was it good?
No, God, no, we didn't drink it. But
why did you drink
maybe
it?
I will when I get home.
Cowards.
I can't. Bye, Arturo. Hey. I can't drink mint.
I thought you were gonna seriously go with like, I can't drink. It's like, Maggie, we've all seen you drink.
Oh no, I can drink. Don't worry.
I agree that you can't handle your drink, but you can drink.
That's not true.
You
But I
can't
will not
drink
drink
mint and then go swimming in a hotel pool.
What's in her cup right now?
We should all just be very great. I don't have any cups.
Uh-huh. Drink that fast.
Cups.
No cups.
Because as everyone knows, you can't possibly put down cups.
Well, not on this desk. It's so small. It's in a closet. I know there are more questions that have come in now that are actual questions.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, are they?
Most likely to host a talk show, and what would it be called?
Guys, and it would be called What's Up With You Guys? Next question.
Who are the richest heroes and villains?
What?
Who are the richest heroes and villains?
Wraith and Baron Blade. Next question.
Which Sentinel characters loves bubble wrap the most?
Unity.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
The problem with rapid fire questions is it takes. We still have 60 minutes to go. I should hem and haw more.
What about greater than cheese for our dairy product line?
I love it. Let's talk about cheeses we like. I'm a big fan of cheeses of Nazareth. I'm not.
So someone says if we're running out of ideas, we can just talk about more secrets.
All right.
I'm not allowed.
I could tell you about Unity secrets, or I could tell you about bunker secrets, or I could tell you about Haka secrets, or there's one more. Who else do I have secrets about? I'll look at my spreadsheet of secrets.
Mr. Fixer arm wrestles everyone.
Wraith. Wraith, I also have secrets about. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Mr. Fixer arm wrestles everyone currently in Definitive Edition. Who can he beat?
The T-Rex. Tiny little arms.
In Definitive Edition, in the core game of Definitive Edition, Mr. Fixer cannot beat Legacy. He can beat the Wraith. He can beat Bunker. He can beat Tachyon as long as she doesn't like do a super fast phasing through reality thing because of fastness. That's cheating. He can beat Absolute Zero. He can beat Unity. He can beat Argent Adept. He can't beat Fnatic. He can beat Captain Cosmic. He can beat Tempest. He can't beat Ra. Or he can't beat Haka. He can beat Ra. There, done. Next question.
Now the villains.
Question.
Great. No, here we go.
Name all
Villains.
dinosaurs.
Everyone other than Christopher, say a weird fact you know about Definitive Edition.
Oh, this is my favorite game. This is why there's a reason I've been tanking all these questions, fam. Go for it.
I know that Definitive Edition didn't say Definitive Edition on the cover until I pointed out, hey, I needed to say that on the cover, please.
Please, for the love of God, make it say Definitive.
Said it on the back.
It said it on the back, but I needed it to say it on the front, and Daryl fixed it, and that was maybe like the week before it launched. So
I have a secret.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
Daryl's getting serious.
Yeah, here we
Daryl,
go.
is it a secret that I'm gonna kick you out of the stream for revealing? It is. Then I'll kick you out of the stream.
All right, 3, 2.
So
Don't.
Christopher is very particular with words. He's awesome to run any kind of text by, and we had the final e-proofs.
Yeah.
And we still caught a typo, but we caught it.
We caught
and
it.
That's what mattered.
Yeah.
But I can also say officially, it's done. It's all gone.
Yeah.
So, the secret is if you
He
find
burnt
any
it.
errors,
He
don't
deleted
tell
the
us.
files.
I
It's
found.
gone.
I found
It's
another
all
one,
gone.
Daryl.
No.
Really? What was it?
Don't say that on this. That's the secret promo,
There you go.
everybody.
It's not a promo. The
If you
word
can
promo
find
doesn't
it,
exist
it's-
anymore.
It's an Easter
It's the
egg.
AR game. You have to
The
find
word-
the typo, and if you do, you win clout on the internet. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Who else?
I know that. How do I phrase this in a weird way?
Oh boy.
I found a thing that would annoy nerds and made sure it wouldn't annoy nerds. Very early on.
Oh, the numbering.
Yep.
No, not the numbering. The first appearance card.
Oh, that. Oh, yeah.
Orientation of the thing, and I was like, no, nerds are gonna hate that. Please don't do that.
Right. Daryl, when we moved the stuff from the top of the card to the bottom of the cards, they were like all the other ones.
Yep. That was a real thing. That I was like, oh no, the nerds are gonna eat us alive.
We can't have fun. We have to stick to constraints.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it's chaos. Dogs and cats living together.
Yep. What else?
Kitty and Bailey, do you got weird facts about definitive editions?
You can find all of the information and all of the videos on the Kickstarter. If I've learned anything from answering customer service emails,
that's
the biggest secret.
Watch those videos.
I know so much about card sleeves that I did not know before this.
That's true of every Kickstarter that we will ever have. Is you will suddenly be like, you're right. That's a question I could not have thought of about card sleeves. Thank you. I will figure this out. So,
do you have a sleeve big enough for the entire box?
Yeah. It's called a trash bag. Here you go.
It's called the garbage bag. I'll make one for you. Just Sharpie on it. Sentinels of the Multiverse Definitive Edition.
Universe. Sentinels of the Universe.
Centennials of the Universe.
Oh.
Who is the best at doing a one-handed shuffle? I don't know if that is out of us or is out of other people. My hands are extremely small.
It's
I
almost
cannot
certainly
do.
Christopher, right?
It's definitely not me.
I can't do it, so I don't think it's physically possible.
Christopher started doing sleight of hand magic at some point and doing card tricks, and then Katie was like, I have no time for this.
Katie does not like sleight of hand magic at all.
We do not need to discuss this on the live stream.
There are three things you need to know about Katie. She hates dolphins.
I do
She
too.
hates sleight of hand magic. She hates killer whales.
What about a dolphin doing a sleight of hand magic trick for a killer whale?
Secret Agent Dolphin. We love Secret Agent
This is an
Dolphin.
entirely different live stream that we could do at some point, and it's the weird things that Katie despises.
So you don't
it's
want me
those
to
tough
do
things.
more card tricks for you, Katie?
Please,
Absolutely should. Only when I'm around, though.
I'll sit here politely and be like, "Wow,
done, buddy.
That's it.
Great, sweetie. Would Skyscraper / Vantage also love bubble wrap, or would
Sure.
the popping bring back bad memories from her home world?
No, bubble wrap is not triggering to her.
Does Bunker have a secret bunker?
Yes.
Does Unity have any secrets, or does she tell them all to Mr. Chomps?
Unity.
She could still have secrets if she tells them to him.
Maggie, you're absolutely correct. Unity has secrets, tells him Mr. Chomps, and Mr. Chomps ain't no snitch.
Yeah. How long did it take you to come up with the keyword discover?
Not long. That was when it came down to making terms. Discover, collect, summon. What's the one that took the longest? Like Discover took a couple of iterations. We tried like Unearth and some other things, but Discover was the right one. Summon was easy. Salvage and Scavenge. It went back and forth a couple of times until we settled on Salvage. Yeah.
Would you say the basic event for each definitive edition villain is the event their EE deck was
Enhanced edition.
Enhanced edition deck.
No, not always. Their decks are still this is the standard fight for this villain, and then the regular events are like this is a specific story from the pages of Sentinel comics, not just the way that villain operates in general.
Can Tachyon do the super speed phasing through reality thing?
No. I mean, like, hypothetically, yes, if you need her to in a story, but it's not like one of the regular bags of tricks that she's like, oh, in a story, Tachyon will always just default to this. The things that Tachyon will always default to is running real fast, making snarky comments, eating too much food in the middle of the fight, punching people a bunch, but the phasing through reality is like, okay, she can't really do that, but there's one time this one writer needed to do this one thing, so they did it. Great.
Suppose Sun WUK like Wukong?
Sun
The
Wukong.
Monkey King?
Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, yeah.
Monkey King.
This is not from
This
Sentinel
is
Comics,
from-
Maggie. This is a world culture thing you should know about.
Visited some of the Chinese workers working in the Old West, and he got into a bar fight with the trickster god Coyote. What is the minimum safe distance?
Oh.
100 years.
Someone is pointing out, okay, so somebody mentioned that they just listened to the Dice Tower podcast from 2011, Gen Con, with Tom when he put it on the top 30, when he put Sentinels on the top 30 games he was most excited about. The other host, Eric, said number 3 of his top 10 favorite experiences was that one guy running the Sentinels demo who must have had a coffee IV.
Yeah.
That's
high
that
energy,
guy who can't
going. And I never drink coffee or anything with caffeine in it. No, thank you. I am this way
Yeah.
naturally. I don't want to mess with it.
Is there a prize for the first person to find a typo?
Prize.
Clout.
Clout.
Internet clout.
How much ammo does Bunker carry with him in order to Buddha as much as he does in the Shrep mode?
Quite a lot, but also he has an ammo recycling module on the bunker suit.
Who are your favorite non-Sentinel comic superheroes?
Oh, one. I can answer. Great.
Yeah, Bailey!
Yeah.
There are non-Sentinel comic superheroes?
That's the correct answer.
Genuinely,
Yeah.
Captain Planet was my favorite when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Captain
I love
Planet?
Captain
That's
Planet.
cute. That's adorable.
Anybody else? Favorite?
Spawn.
Yeah, Matt? Are you an edgelord?
No, it was just my first comic. I grew up in the 90s. It was my first comic.
Yeah.
Got it at a flea market.
Anybody
Batman
else?
used to be one of my favorites. I have a lot of Batman memorabilia, and I'm not.
You call it memorabilia?
Rememberabilia.
That's correct.
Yeah. I've got batarangs that I bought at my first convention when I was like 15. I still have them because I don't know what to do with them.
Throw them at villains.
Throw them at things.
Well, if we go back to axe throwing, I'll be like, hey man, can I bring my batarangs? I would like to use them one time.
We could set up a throwing station in the warehouse for you to throw them at like some cardboard pallet toppers.
I'm sold. Let's do it.
Yeah.
This is a non-issue.
Right. You don't have to go to axe throwing to throw your batarangs, which they probably won't be jazzed about anyway.
Yeah, they would not. I think that's probably a crime or something.
We've thrown more dangerous things to the warehouse.
We've thrown more dangerous things at axe throwing.
It's true.
That's also true.
The safe company I'm with.
Safety third.
Safety eventually.
Safety?
Safety? Does anybody have any other heroes that they would like to highlight as their favorite heroes? Besides Sentinels? No? Nobody else? Okay. Just making sure. Oh yeah. Well, that's your favorite Sentinels one. We did live stream that though, which I'm surprised we got away with.
Because of Greater Than Games or because of like Twitch?
Twitch. Because it's blood and stuff. So
Matt doesn't bleed. That's
No,
just
I
energy.
bleed a lot.
That's just
I bleed so much.
That's just energy drink coming out.
Of the heroes who don't have pets, what pets would they have?
Everybody who doesn't currently have a pet gets a giraffe. Done. Move on.
Why does Christopher have scissors?
Why
Because
don't you have
Christopher needs
scissors?
to fiddle.
If I needed a fiddle, I'd have a fiddle, Maggie.
He needs to fidget.
Fidget.
There's a difference.
If I needed a fidget, I'd have a
fiddle.
There you
Also
go.
a fiddle.
Also a fiddle.
Okay.
Also a fiddle.
The answer to most things is fiddle.
It's just like I can either be playing with scissors or I could be playing with the knife, like you pick.
I mean, isn't a scissor just two knives?
Scissors is twice as many knives.
Twice as many knives.
Twice as many knives, half as many injuries.
Each of you gets a superpower, a different superpower. What do you pick?
Oh,
This
so
is
we
gonna
can't.
matter
None of the
round
6 of us
order.
can share a superpower. We all have to get our own.
Yeah.
All right. I'll go
Who
last.
starts it?
I'll go last. No,
Matt, go first.
Teleportation. It's the best superpower.
Damn it.
I can't. He's so mad.
I knew that's also Bailey's.
Yeah.
I left
Me and
flight
Katie are just like the
invisibility and
same
all the other
person.
good
I'm slowly realizing. So
In many
We're
ways.
gonna do
Other
this,
ways, not so much.
In the RPG initiative order. So Matt, you have to call someone out.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, Daryl.
Paying attention. That's
The
what
one
we're
person that
gonna call.
doesn't know what it is.
I did it on purpose. The question was, what superpower would you take that isn't teleportation?
Size control.
Nice.
Ooh.
They got to pick
Now you
somebody.
have to call someone else.
Of things or of you?
All.
Oh,
Nice.
In general. Well, where do you want this cargo crate? Here you go. I'm gonna pick. I gotta change my view here.
Oh no, it's a mega
there's
meeting,
only
isn't
6
it?
of us. I thought it was far more than that. Well, I'll go Bailey.
Okay, teleportation's gone, so
Teleportation.
Nice. You can make a
Just make
spells,
spells happen.
move around. Yeah.
let's do like chance manipulation.
Ooh, that's fun.
Okay.
That's fun. Now you pass it to somebody.
Katie.
I would say super speed.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
It's real good.
Maggie, what's yours?
Dime store teleportation, if you ask me.
Yeah, it really was.
I mean, if the option's there. Super strength.
Yeah.
Straightforward, but it's what I want. It's why I want to go back to the gym. I just want to be able to beat people up when I want to.
Drunk.
When you want to.
Maggie,
Not have to.
if you ever want somebody
I
to teach
want
you how to
to-
fight, let me
Oh,
know.
okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll let you know. I thought you were gonna say you were gonna.
No.
beat somebody up, and
I
was
just like no.
I
I
want
want you to be able to beat people up. You don't need help beating people up. But if you want some like fighting practice instruction sort of stuff, like
Maybe I'm thinking about going to boxing classes, as we were talking about recently.
cool.
So
Cool.
your turn.
Cool.
Superpowers.
Nobody took
Superpowers.
my favorite superpower, so I get to have my favorite one, which is photographic reflexes. If I see somebody do something, I can do something. Watch an hour of gymnastics, spend an afternoon watching the cooking channel, whatever you do.
That'd
You
be
watch
so
somebody do
cool.
something, you can do it.
That would be
Photographic
really cool.
reflexes.
I like that.
You spend a day on YouTube and you're master of everything. Anyway,
Somebody said Matt Kids, but that
Kids.
question was asked about the collector's box many times, and I'm not.
Matt Kids. That was ages ago. That
Matt
was about sleeving
Kids.
the entire
Got
box.
it. Sorry.
God, get on the trolley.
Is there a reason that increase and decrease is not a keyword in Sentinels definitive edition?
because pluses and minuses mean the same thing, and switching to those made card text easier for a majority of people to parse.
Were there any terms that you thought about adding but didn't?
No.
Would villains have their own keywords also? Would villains have their keywords also?
So people are using the word keywords here when they used to mean to use the word terms, because keywords are the keywords on boxes like one shot, ongoing, limited, things like that. Those are keywords. When you're talking about words like discover, collect, play, power, draw, those are just terms used in the game. So those aren't keywords. Villains have terms as well, just like heroes do, like play, like draw. Villains don't have draw, but they do have destroy and discard, which are terms. And you say, well, like, what defines a term? A term is a word that needs a definition, and including the word draw. The word draw needs a definition. Sure, you know what I mean by draw, but do you? Like, in the rulebook, we tell you draw means you take the top card of the related deck and you put it in your hand. Okay, great. But if there weren't that game text, like, sure, play and draw and discard seem obvious, but the same sort of thing. With discover and collect and salvage and summon and bury, those are all terms used in the game.
Besides Christopher, what are people's favorite changes from Enhanced Edition to Definitive Edition? This is a very hard question because only so many of us have played the game.
I mean, the art.
I know the art is
Yeah.
definitely
Like-
my absolute favorite. I think the
Yes.
art is gorgeous.
I love that there are hit point trackers now because I remember the first time I played Sentinels by myself as like not a member of Greater Than Games, and we had so many tokens on the table, we had so much stuff, and then I remember when I went over to Matt's house when I was a member of Greater Than Games for like within my first week, and we played and we had stitch counters that we used.
Yep.
Yeah, knitting
But-
stitch counters.
I was like, this is
Basically the same thing that are in the box now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now we have like our own version of that.
Blurry
That's
Christopher.
Really
So blurry.
nice.
Still blurry,
didn't
but
fix
with a
it.
hand.
Just wiggle around and see if it fixes itself. I think that might be fun.
Oh, it's happening.
There we go.
Just wiggle around.
Just wiggle around.
I like that. Just start
One
wiggling.
cat.
Daryl, do you have any favorite changes?
I don't know enough from the original editions to be able to comment. The art is my favorite changes.
That's a good strong opinion to have. One of the comics in Definitive Edition has 100-page giant issue on it. Is that the longest single comic in Sentinel Comics?
Probably not. Like maybe, if you don't count trades, then maybe.
Is Tachyon always turned 2/4? Okay. Is Tachyon always turned 2/4 setup and clear up for Freedom 5?
Are you having a stroke?
No. Is Tachyon always turn 2 for the setup and clear up of the Freedom 5 board game nights?
Got it. It just Tachyon. Yeah. Not always.
Okay.
Unity makes robots that do it.
I pledged for just the game. I want to get the sleeves, but it's hard to justify. Oh, that's not a question. They want to know why the sleeves are worth it.
If they're not worth it to you, then they're not worth it. Like if you don't want the sleeves, don't get them. Some people really like to be able to sleeve their cards, and we aren't gonna bother making like cheap sleeves or thin sleeves. We made very high quality, really nice sleeves, and if you want them, by gum, you should get them. And if you don't want them, then you shouldn't get them. I'm not. If I were backing this Kickstarter to get a copy of the game, I would not back for the sleeves. If Daryl was backing this Kickstarter to get a copy of the game, he would back for the sleeves because Daryl would want the sleeves, and I wouldn't want the sleeves. And neither of those opinions are right or wrong. They're both just the things that we want. So we're not going to do any work trying to convince you to get the sleeves.
Yeah, the one thing that I can say about that is just that the sleeves are very high quality compared to other sleeves that I've seen before. I'm not a person that sleeves games, so it's not a huge thing for me, but that's the one thing I can promise is that they fit the game and they're high quality. Those are very good reasons if you are into sleeving stuff to sleeve it.
What percentage of our other Kickstarters and game releases did people ask about sleeves in it?
Yeah,
every
single one. Every time people are like, "What are the sleeve sizes?
Percent.
Will you offer sleeves for these?" And we've always said no. And now we're offering sleeves. We're like, "Why would I want these?" We're like, "Man, I don't know." Genuinely.
Why do you want sleeves? For the same reason you would want other sleeves.
What is Tachyon like when she has had caffeine? I skipped words. What's Tachyon like when she's had caffeine?
Tachyon, much like myself, avoids caffeine.
She already goes fast.
Right.
What are some of everyone's favorite non-Sentinel related board games?
Spirit Island.
Yeah. Spirit Island. Yep.
Right now,
it's my second most played game. Actually, it's probably these days my most played game, if I don't count playtesting.
Right. It's certainly. I don't know. I played a lot of Sentinels.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is for me, now the games of Spirit Island that I'm playing are playtesting again. So,
if
I haven't played games for fun in a long time.
Recreationally, it's certainly still Sentinels. If you're counting doing demos for people, it's definitely Spirit Island.
Especially in Germany.
I've done hundreds of demos of Spirit Island.
For demos, I really love homebrewers.
Homebrewers is probably my I really like homebrewers. I really like demoing homebrewers too.
For games in general, the Home Alone game.
Home Alone game is very good.
It's still on my shelf. That game is good as hell.
All the time.
I think it's in the car.
Oh, it might be. Beans.
When Matt was at my apartment, we were talking about apartment stuff. He was
you
could do this, and we were like, oh, like in the Home Alone game, like in Home Alone, like we could just Home Alone it.
Just Home Alone it.
So it was a Target buy.
It was like a $5 Target buy.
$5 game. It's super good. It's dusty, but it's very good.
Anybody else have answers?
I really like Villainous. I like being Prince John
is it
because you just slowly accumulate money and then people forget about you and then they're like, oh no, God, Prince John, get him. But then you're usually too powerful by that point.
I like how it looks so much.
Yeah, Villainous is very good looking.
I like
what?
I like
Inheritance.
No.
Inheritance.
Inheritance is very good.
Oh man, well,
that's one of my favorite tabletop games that involves two tables.
There's a table involved at one point.
Yeah,
there's definitely a table involved at one point.
Yeah, Bailey, I hope you're excited to get to play Inheritance someday.
Yes.
Has anyone talked to you about it yet?
Don't even worry about it.
No,
don't
talk to you about it.
Daryl, do you know about Inheritance?
You'll like it.
Daryl, do you know about Inheritance? Oh, perfect. Don't worry. Worry. You have something to look forward to. What are you looking forward to? Don't worry about it. An experience.
Yeah.
I've probably been long enough that I've forgotten most of the stuff about it.
A real intense team bonding exercise.
Yeah. Don't worry. Don't worry.
What What tattoo is that? I'm guessing that
It was
we're talking
when
about Night Mist.
it was when yeah. Just turn your arm
Over
more
a
sideways.
little-
There we go.
Yeah.
And now turn it more sideways.
And then
Now break your shoulder.
yeah, break your arm.
Now hop 2 times.
Pokey pokey.
So
Take it back now, y'all.
Gen Con 2018. Matt and I went on an excursion. Yeah, it was 2018. Matt and I
I
went.
thought it was 2019.
No,
I could be
it was
wrong.
18.
No, 2019 was.
It was 18 because I
2018.
immediately fell off of Maggie's sister's front porch.
That's
Oh,
true.
yeah.
That happened. 2018, me and Matt went and got Matt that tattoo, and I live streamed it on Twitch. And we're really surprised that we were allowed to do that, but the tattoo looked great. We still have cups from that tattoo place because they gave us cups.
Yeah, they were like, here's an entire crate of cups. And we're like, that's super great. And thank you. I don't know what to do with this many cups. There's at the time like 16 employees at Great of the Games.
Yeah. They're just at the office.
In the chat, Maggie, I've lost where you are, so I'm going to trust you to keep up there. But later on, Chris Willis says, if Matt had teleportation, would he hand deliver every copy of Definitive Edition to each of the backers? And the answer is no. He'd open a teleportation portal and just fling the boxes through at all of you. You'd never see him, just like a weird of energy on your front porch and box.
Just right in the face box.
Yeah, but then I got to fill out all the delivery confirmation.
No, you would not. You'd just be like, it's there. Trust me. Trust me, it's there.
Chris
And if you don't have it, shoot me an email and send me your address. And then as soon as you get the email, you're like, another one.
I mean, did you see what I responded? Which was, God, no.
Is the huge container of Mr. Trump's plushie still in the office? We've moved offices.
What office?
So, yeah, what office? We technically we don't have an office right now.
No, we do.
Inspections.
We do.
Was the inspection done?
No, we have an office.
Then
We
it
just
doesn't
can't. We have an office. It exists. We just can't be in it yet.
Yeah. If a fan told Fnatic that they thought she was a saint, would she believe she doesn't deserve to be one or think she might be? Would that change if the church declared her as one?
Sure.
You can be greater than 6, a name that is in no way confusing. We will accept this. Thank you. Got any fun stories of Definitive Edition games, and would you be willing to share them? I've only played in one full game so far, and it was the game with you on live stream, so everyone can see that.
Was it fun?
It was fun. It was a little intense for me because I was answering questions at the same time and trying to be like, I can answer this. So, but it was fun. I liked it. I always like playing Sentinels.
Nice. Good answer.
Yeah.
I think people have heard a lot of the fun stories, but the game's just a lot of fun. I am always pleased at how quick the games go. Like Jed and I, when we did our live stream game, it was this big tough game against Dawn, and it took slightly over an hour, but that was with us narrating everything we did in the game. We're like, oh, and now I have this card. Here's the name of the card. Here's the card up on the screen. Here's how it works. Okay, I put it into play. I do the thing. And so the game took just over an hour with that. That means that game would have been like a 40-minute Dawn game. That's great. And the fact that heroes get spun up to the place where they feel like themselves right off the bat. So specific stories, like no, but yeah.
How was the lighting in that? Or
terrible, terrible. But it's not my job, yo. I make games and poor
What are
decisions.
you, some sort of Trevor?
Yeah, I am not some sort of Trevor.
I think it's funny that Christopher in one of the updates posted a picture of his and I first play of Definitive Edition.
Yeah.
Like, that was the very first game of the only copy that exists.
Yeah.
And and you even called it out, like there's a blue sheet of paper with a bunch of notes scribbled all over of things to fix before the next step. So, but that was cool.
Oh, that's nice. It is. You're so wholesome. It was nice.
What do you want me to say? Like something bad? Like no.
It's just nice.
I'm not trying to make Bailey's job hard here. I'm going to be very nice and just.
Oh no, that's everybody else is on the stream's job.
Yeah, everyone else.
I'm not trying to make Bailey's job hard, but the products that I make makes Bailey's job hard.
But I'm gonna.
I lost where you're at.
Perfect.
If I gained Wager Master's powers, would I also need to use them to make games and bets to use them, or is that a personal choice of his?
That's a personal choice of his.
what is the one weird quirk of managing a Kickstarter that you don't think gets talked about enough?
That the fact that running a Kickstarter is a full-time job in of itself when it's up there, and it's only possible for the group of us to do because we split it up into the group. I have run 2 or 3 different Kickstarters where it was just me running the Kickstarter and doing all the things for it, and those took years off of my life. Running a Kickstarter is a lot. This Kickstarter we're running is one of the lightest weight Kickstarters we've ever run as a company. There's no stretch goals. It's all just right there in the straight up in the first place. From day one of the campaign, all the information was there. And even still, Maggie, Katie, Bailey, do y'all get emails, questions?
Lots and
anything?
lots of emails and
Not
interactions.
one, weirdly.
I gave the dirtiest look, and I didn't necessarily mean to. We spent so much time on that FAQ. Like, for the first time, I've worked at Greater Than Games for going on 4 years now, and
it's the most complete FAQ we've ever had.
I came into a Kickstarter that didn't have a very good FAQ, and I was like, we're gonna do so good. And then this is the first time we did that, and nobody cares.
Nobody cares. People ask the exact same questions that are in the FAQ. And this is the thing I tried to warn you is like, it's going to be way more better served by having a document you can copy paste answers from than an FAQ, because the answer, go read the FAQ, isn't a kind one, no matter how true it is.
Yeah.
No, you still have to tell them all of that information, even though it's there. So.
As per my last email.
You might check the FAQ and you have to give everybody the resources. But
every so often I feel snarky enough to respond to a question with, as on the main page of the Kickstarter, blah, 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 blah.
It depends on the tone of the question asked.
Right. And like,
that's absolutely true.
It's different when I do it. But like, it's still not a good thing.
Is also
it's still not
true.
good. Like, I'm not modeling good behavior.
People out. No, I'm kidding.
Right. But like, the trick is that no matter how complete you are in your communication, or no matter how thorough you are in all your sharing, there's going to be people who just refuse to read the stuff you've said and then be like, wait a minute, what about this other thing that you like have already explained? So
it's in the syllabus.
Yeah.
A good friend of mine. What?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
In the syllabus.
Good friend of mine, who some of you know, Adrian, the delightful, wonderful Adrian. She's very quiet and demure. Is a teacher, and in her syllabus, in her syllabi, she puts near the end a section that says, "This is please email me a photo of a dinosaur, or a picture of a dinosaur, to this email address to indicate that you've read the syllabus." And she has had multiple semesters in which she got 0 dinosaur pictures. And so I started emailing her dinosaur pictures at the start of each of her school semesters and be like, I did it. And she's like, you didn't even read the syllabus. I'm like, yeah, I know, but I know you did the thing.
But I did it.
Yeah.
We actually, on the our citizen demo info, we do things like that for that exact purpose, because I had to do that. Yep, where we say something like, hey, tell us this thing, or like do this thing, so that we know people actually read it. And it was for the very similar purpose.
Nice.
The other thing that I think people overlook in Kickstarters a lot is like the logistics and shipping side of it, and how much of that you have to have worked out in advance, at least to an extent. And that like, yeah, it's the fact that like some people think that we like maybe don't, and then we're like, no, we actually have to put a lot of effort into this in advance before we can say we need this much from you or something like that.
The problem is that so many other companies don't, because they're like, it feels bad to charge money for shipping. You're like, oh, it's astronomically
you have to.
expensive now.
Yeah.
It can put you out of business.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of companies that are like, we did so good on our first Kickstarter. How much for shipping? Oh, we didn't charge anything. You're like, I'm sorry, bud.
Yeah.
Like, FedEx don't care if it's your first time.
What board game do the Freedom 5 like to play most on their board game nights?
Fate of the Elder Gods. Next question.
I just unpacked my copy.
Done. Co-signed.
Crossover. More crossover.
Don't saints have to be dead before the process can begin of being named a saint?
Yeah, but Aegis of Retribution really screws that up, doesn't it, Christopher?
Resurrection.
Resurrection. Have you ever played Sentinels with more than 5? I once had a game where we added a 6-player Midway.
Midway.
I'm reading what I got. The H damage cards hurt.
Yeah, because the game is balanced for 3 to 5 heroes, period. Don't play with 2 heroes, or 1 hero, or 6 hero, or 7 hero, or any other number of heroes. 3, 4, or 5 are the acceptable numbers of heroes in Sentinels of the Multiverse. Anything else you're doing is fine, but it's like it's like, all right, I can also, yeah, right.
Active heroes.
Nope.
Oblivion kills heroes.
Nope. That's still not active. It's because you can like the trick in when you're playing Oblivion is that you still like when you're playing a regular game of Sentinels, not Oblivion, then it's not like when your character gets incapacitated, it changes H in the game. It does not. H stays constant. So like, nope. It's anyway. Don't play with a number other than that.
So somebody says, if you were to make a green grocer deck, what vegetable would be the biggest bomb?
Watermelon? I know it's a fruit, but
well,
it's a vegetable in terms of like being vegetable matter.
Yeah.
So I have an art that you'll see in the future. There's this really giant green vegetable monster creature, and it has a big green head and like green tendrils that it reaches out and grabs with, and then it's got a face carved into it. So it looks almost like a jack-o'-lantern, but it's green, and that's because it's a big mutated bell pepper, and it's called the hell pepper.
Oh, I like that.
Thanks.
I like that.
Can someone be canonized as a saint when a part of them, like a donated kidney, is still alive? I don't think.
Asking them the wrong question for the stream. None of us are.
I don't think we know those rules.
So we're gonna say yes.
Yeah.
We're gonna say
I
yes.
think so. Sure.
And then if you think we're wrong, well, that sounds like a thing that you think, and we think it's yes.
Okay. So.
Why would you put them into a cannon, though?
Oh, why wouldn't you?
If so, does that make the kidney a relic?
Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
That is the correct answer.
And if so, does that mean that the current owner of the kidney pees holy water?
Yes.
I feel like we're trying.
No, yeah, no.
I mean,
obviously.
like
Hello.
Without a doubt. I'm actually more sure of this than I was of the other parts.
I'm so tired. I didn't realize that this would be a fantastic way of force multiplying the amount of tiredness I feel at the end of a Kickstarter. Yet here we are.
I know. I didn't think
It's
that
harder when
but-
we're not all in the same room, like feeding
That's
off
true.
of each other's energy, because
Mhm.
Zoom calls are consuming each other's energy.
Thank you for the simplified Kickstarter campaign. I really do not like campaigns that do early bird stuff or when they aren't clear on what is in the pledge tiers.
I just
You're
hate
welcome.
bird
We have
stuff.
always disliked early bird stuff because it disincentivizes. It's like, oh, you didn't find the campaign on time, then you are being. The perception is you're being punished. From the Kickstarter people point of view, it's like, oh, you're rewarding the early people, but really what you're doing is punishing everybody else. So no, not dog. We are.
Yeah, we're not into
Run the
punishing
Kickstarter
fans.
campaigns you want to see in the world.
Yeah. What enhanced edition hero who doesn't appear in the definitive edition core box should I try for a game where I test the conversion guide?
I don't know. I mean, it's all going to be the same sort of level of this is not intended to work in terms of in a mechanical sort of like, it's 1-to-1, it works perfectly. No, definitive edition stuff is meant to work with each other, and the conversion guide is like, okay, if you must play non-definitive edition stuff with this, here's how to do it. Is it perfect? As perfect as my very fallible humanness can make. But instead, I recommend playing the loads of content that is in definitive edition, and trust us that we will make more for it soon. But if you want to play stuff with the conversion guide, you know, whatever you feel moved to engage with.
Are there any characters you considered for Sentinels that didn't make the cut? Is that like the whole game of Sentinels?
Yeah, if you're talking about definitive edition, then like we knew definitive edition, we wanted it to be the heroes and villains associated with the teams Freedom 5 and Prime Wardens, and everybody else will come in other things. In terms of characters that we wanted to make for Sentinels that didn't make the cut, like not really. There's various characters that end up being smaller characters or side characters or supporting cast, but like if you're interested in who the other people from the world of Sentinel Comics are, I highly recommend the Letters Page podcast.
Tell Pepper and Pepper Genie team up, one-shot RPG scenario. That's just a comment, but I thought you would like it. 'Cause
Yeah,
the Pepper
no,
Genie.
right. The Pepper Boys.
The Pepper Boys. Them feisty Pepper Boys.
Yeah.
What drinks would you have in the office to celebrate the end of a Kickstarter?
I would have a glass of scotch.
Scotch.
Probably a beer for me.
Great.
I want a scotch with Christopher.
I would probably drink some of the scotch and then make faces.
Malort! Malort all around.
Malort.
Everyone gets a shot of
Okay,
Malort to celebrate.
Only because if we were back in office for this, it would be like our first time hanging out back in office.
Yeah.
We all have to suffer equally. It's beautiful.
That's for sure. You do. You get a bottle of Malort and you pass that bottle until it's empty, and we pour it into shot glass instead of drinking directly from the bottle because we live in a different world than we did a few years ago when we last passed the bottle of Malort. But yeah, we would finish a bottle of Malort. And amongst
a thing no one's ever done before.
No, unfortunately, that's not true.
We've definitely done that.
But now that we're 19 or 20 people, a bottle of Malort's going to go a lot less far for each person, and that's a kindness.
That's actually yes.
Going to get some of that barrel aged Malort. Bailey, have you ever had Malort?
I don't.
Oh, Bailey.
So I'm like, what is that?
Oh, we have
Santa Claus's favorite drink. That's why he's saying ho 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 ho.
It's a wormwood
That has a
liqueur that
YouTube
tastes
video.
terrible.
We'll just leave it at that.
It's very bad.
You know what dirt tastes like?
It's
Yeah.
it's worse than that.
Cigarette water
Yeah.
is what I think it tastes like.
Have you licked a car tire that's been sitting in a mud puddle?
Can't say I
Have
have.
you ever accidentally
It's
did
like-
you ever accidentally drink perfume?
It's like taking a shot of
Yes.
turpentine and then putting a cigar out on your tongue.
Mhm.
Yeah. The thing that's important is the fact that it tastes like ashes
Like
in
bad.
a way. Yeah.
Like bad.
Okay.
But it
And it
like
is
dries out-
alcoholic?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
Oh,
not
that
actually that
extremely.
high. No, it doesn't really
Okay.
have that high of an alcohol content for what you're doing to
No one
yourself.
has to drink Malort. In fact, no one should drink Malort. In fact, Malort is bad.
Night's
It
the night you
is.
fight your
Just
dead.
one drink, I can handle that.
Night's
I
the night
mean,
you fuck.
you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
alcohol wise, I can handle that.
Christopher, no.
I would never say.
What was the joke behind the pepper genie? I feel like I don't know enough about food to get it.
So there's a type of food called a peppercini. A peppercini.
Pepper chini.
It sometimes comes with mediocre pizza.
A peppercini. And then I made it into a peppercini.
Yeah.
That's it.
If the Freedom 5 were to play Sentinel Comics, the role-playing game, what characters will they make? I don't know if we can predict that. I mean, maybe Christopher can.
No,
Obviously, hourly rage.
There you go. That's what every single one would play. Just a variation on hourly rage. That's exactly correct. Some of them would make characters that are much like themselves because some people like playing versions of themselves in games. Some would make characters that are wildly different because some people like playing things that are wildly different than themselves in games. And that encompasses all types of characters.
David Felton asked if we were aware that the pre-order for Definitive Edition was available at Miniature Market. Yes, they always do that. Even when we ask them not to, there's really nothing that we can do. Once they see a Kickstarter, they put it up. And if they have a date listed as when they're fulfilling it, that isn't true. They didn't get that information from us.
Right.
I mean, it might be true, but we didn't tell them that.
Right.
It might accidentally be true.
It might be true, but that's not from us.
We've told them not to, and it's fine. They can do whatever they want to.
Yeah.
But like, if you could pre-order it from Miniature Market and you'll get it eventually, or you could just get it right from us and you'll get it faster. But whatever. Like, they don't behave. They don't engage in negative business practices. So we don't like. There are companies that we would like to not deal with. Miniatures Market is not a company that isn't like that. They just have this thing of liking to be able to sell directly to their customers as soon as they know that they'll be getting a product. And they're right, they'll be getting a product. They're able to buy from us. So yeah. But
the only people that can ensure that they don't get any product is you. So if you buy all of the stuff that we're printing, please, then they won't get any. If you really want to screw over Miniature Market, buy all of it from us.
Miniature.
Right
Market.
now.
What
At
are
17 minutes.
What are the Freedom 5 and the Prime Wardens doing to celebrate the end of this Kickstarter?
they're unaware of it because
Shush.
they are not, their connection to the metaverse that we all live in is so distant that they do not have awareness of this Kickstarter campaign. So unfortunately, no one's told them that it's happening. So they live in blissful ignorance.
I have a question. Are they managed by like a corporate conglomerate, kind of like the Voight 7 and the Boys, like corporate identity that manages and funds the Freedom 5? They have their own tower.
Right.
Somehow that happened.
Right. So they were originally started as a government initiative called the Freedom Initiative in the 60s, and then later they became sort of their own thing through the joint efforts of Dr. Meredith Stinson, who you know as Tachyon, and Maya Montgomery, that nobody knows is the Wraith because she has a secret identity. But the two of them helped privately fund the Freedom 5 doing their own stuff later. So.
The people in the Freedom 5 don't know who Wraith's secret identity is?
The people in the Freedom 5 do, but they're respectful of it and keep it.
I wasn't sure if it was like a Warshack thing. Like, no one knows.
She's not a... No, it's not. No one knows. And like, if you were to ask Legacy, he'd be like, no, I don't know. But he's lying to you. Legacy would lie to you about that.
Oh, no.
It's the only thing he'll lie about.
That's not true.
Yeah, that's probably true.
For the greater good.
Someone said Christopher in his potty mouth for shame. I know, we can't stop him. We try, and there's no reining it in.
I don't know the letters page, and when I rarely do, and when I do, Trevor bleeps it.
I wish if I had a bleep button that I could just. I would
can't
be a little
bleep me.
late.
I'm the one running
It'd
this.
Be funny.
You can't bleep me.
So it's Jaeger. Actually, Jaeger tastes better than Malort.
Jaeger's much sweeter. Malort's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
How does Daryl know what it tastes like to lick a hot car tire that's been sitting in the mud?
You haven't lived, Stream.
First of all,
if you haven't done that yet,
he's a grown man.
I like that Take Walker says, but it's pepperoncini. Nobody says pepperoncini. What kind of person says, "Oh, I would like a pizza with pepperoncinis"?
Aren't they?
It's mozzarella.
I love pepperoncinis, but aren't they basically just pickled banana peppers?
Yeah, and sliced, right?
And they're delicious.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
But
I love them.
yeah, but nobody. It is yes, it's spelled pepperoncini, but nobody says, I would like a pepperoncini.
The same people that named that name Worcestershire sauce.
Yeah, there you go. Worcestershire.
Well, the Brits would like a word with you.
Well, they can't because they Brexited.
Oh, don't.
Don't what? Let me tell you about the Isle of Man shipping.
Brexits are out.
It's a real nightmare.
Listen, Bailey knows more than enough about.
I know. So know a lot about Brexit, so we'll leave it.
So who has the most plans to take out fellow heroes? Expatriate does it to relax, according to the Sentinels of Freedom. Anyone else? Me.
Braithwaite, since you're here, I'll let you field this one. I've been fielding all the canon questions. Cat!
Expatriate definitely does, just because she likes making plans. It's just a thing that helps her control a very largely uncontrollable life.
Boo is going to down on that post.
Various factors. As for who actually has the most plans to take out superheroes, it's definitely Baron Blade. About half of them are pull the moon into the earth. The other half are various degrees of brilliant, but also self-destructive, because Baron Blade.
Which of the Freedom 5 is the worst liar?
Legacy.
I just explained a situation in which Legacy lies seamlessly without anybody being able to tell, though.
But that's because he's doing it to protect a friend.
Somebody asks,
good.
Legacy, but surely you know the Wraith's secret identity. And he'd be like, no, I have no idea who she is.
Son, the Wraith is anybody who puts on a mask and does the right thing for justice.
And then later, Maya talks to him, he's like, don't say that. That's how we get those imposters that end up getting themselves in trouble. I'm the Wraith and nobody else is the Wraith. And he's like, I was just trying to help.
I'm not wearing hockey pants.
Inspired by Freedom 5 and Prime Warden, Raw and Unity form their own super team. How long does this unlikely team up survive?
I love Runity. It's my favorite team up.
Runity.
Boy. Boltfire, the team Boltfire makes it a full 6-issue arc and then stops after that.
Can we have Braithwaite say a weird fact that he knows about Definitive Edition? We already did ours. Some of us had
a weird fact about Definitive Edition.
Yeah, without spoiling anything.
Without spoiling anything.
Right.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Secrets that aren't secrets that you're allowed to say, but you don't know what they are.
I didn't know about plans to make Definitive Edition for a shockingly long time. Christopher usually tells me about Sentinel stuff pretty far in advance because he likes to let me brainstorm. Definitive Edition was a bit of a surprise.
Hey, this is happening.
Hey, I know you're doing stuff, but would you like to do this other stuff?
Sorry.
M. Steiner was talking about your chain tattoo. Saying
Oh yeah.
Reminds them of Mainstay's signature chain, but it's not Mainstay's chain. Whose is it?
It's Mishaps.
That is 2 Adam art tattoos that have debuted on this stream, or at least been revealed on this stream.
Yep. Zach also has one which he mentioned in the chat.
Yeah.
And
another person who we don't know the name of, but I met at a convention once, has a full shoulder piece that's a Wraith tattoo. And I know
Gabe has a citizen. One of our citizens, Gabe's has a Citizen Dawn tattoo too.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. Oh, and there's I don't remember what the guy the name was, but the guy that has there's also a guy that has the Sentinel Comics tattoo on his bicep.
In his armpit.
No, yeah.
It's a good whiff. Has Unity made robot versions of her teammates?
I mean, yes.
Yes.
I wouldn't make robot versions of you guys. So
No,
I don't think
but like that's her deck. Her
her
deck is robot versions of her teammates. Like
So there's this character called Unity that you might want to look at.
Yeah. She has robot versions of her teammates.
Who does the greatest impression of Adam that's not Adam?
Probably Matt. Out of the people in this call, just like I'm trying to think of like who would do an Adam like impression, and
Just because we're both balding.
And when I've heard Matt make fun of Adam, it's pretty accurate.
I can't even pull it right now. It would come off as very mean because he's not here to defend himself. But
I'm just thinking about the time that you were telling me about the time that you two shared a hotel room and he talked to you super late in the night about stuff.
Oh, he was so upset.
It was so late, and he was like, "We're going to talk about a politics thing." And I was like, "Are we going to do this? Because I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll make you suffer, man. I get up at 6 a.m. no matter what. Let's do this, bud. We will talk about it." And then that conversation ended with, "Well, I have to do some research." And then I told Christopher about it, and he's like, "That means you won."
So given that Legacy bulked up a bit between the multiverse and the RPG, is it hard for her to maintain her secret-ish identity?
I mean, she just like is an older person than when you first see her in her first appearance card. So like, no, she grew from being a person who's a teenager to a person in her mid-20s. Like we all have at one point in time or another. Yeah.
Also, you'd be surprised what well-tailored clothes can conceal.
Yeah. And like, you put glasses on a person and
or poorly tailored clothes for that matter.
Yeah.
Someone said 17 minutes to go, but there's 9 minutes to go, and that comment just popped in. So
I wonder if that's what the delay is on the chat, because that must be very confusing.
Yeah. Felicia Fields just says she's been volunteering with the reconstruction crew and got jacked. Get small. So how's everybody doing? How's everything going?
Good. I'm writing an update that I'm going to post here in 15 minutes.
I am leaving you once more because my crew is sending up the Pathfinder signal.
Oh, but look at his boo.
Talk to you later.
Well, have fun with your crew.
Bye.
Bye, Chris.
I have to leave too. I got a family thing at 6.
Oh man,
so...
nobody's gonna make it through to the end.
I'm sorry. I'm here in
Oh,
spirit, but I gotta
I'm
go.
saying it. I'm hoping that the other thing is
Bye,
over
Katie.
by the time
Thank
I
you
get
for
home.
joining us, Katie.
Bye, bye, bye.
Bye, 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 bye.
All right.
And then
there were 5.
God damn it. Okay, well, you didn't have to do it.
You know, I can't not do it.
Who's excited for the weekends?
Me.
I am. I'm quite excited for the weekend.
Who's excited for Mortal Kombat the movie?
Me too. Oh wait, did you say who is? I am.
I'm not, so you're not included.
I know that it's not. I know that it's not going to be good, but I still am really excited about it. It's my childhood.
I hope it's the right amount of bad.
Yeah.
As long as it lives up to the video game, where you're like, I think they might have crossed the line on the gore, then I'm very happy.
Right. I want to be uncomfortable at the amount of gore, but only a little bit uncomfortable.
I want to be like, how much do they pay on CGI for blood? Because this is insane. And how do they know what a spine looks like when it's ripped from the body?
Oh, you can figure that out pretty easily.
How do you not know what a spine looks like when it's ripped
I
from
feel
the
like
body?
that's not that one. That was not that hard to figure out.
Okay. So I guess I'll reach that point when you guys reach the hot tire in a mud puddle.
Yeah.
So
I never said that I haven't tried it.
This section needs to get lighter. There's a highlight.
It's like they've never been to a music
Just read
festival,
the
honestly.
question. So someone says, what power set would you give a Scion called Breakpoint?
Breakpoint would be would do
I don't know, but it's in 15-minute increments.
Breakpoint would do surfing backwards.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, thank you.
Actually, really good at just driving cars.
Oh,
because it's the same movie.
Right? Yeah, same thing.
God, that movie's really good, and we were just talking about it the other day. And Katie will not watch it with me.
Oh, really?
It's a real problem.
Is it
no.
Point Break? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, that's
No.
correct.
Okay.
Nope. No, hold on. You cracked our code.
Shut up.
We were being sneaky.
I haven't seen it, so I had to be like,
Classic.
What's the surfer boy movie? Is Keanu Reeves in that?
Is
I don't know
Keanu
what-
Reeves in that?
Is he
Keanu
not?
Reeves started in that. He didn't start in that, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Listen, I'm young. When did that movie come out? I probably wasn't even alive.
Probably.
Oh my God. Well, now I have to check.
Yeah, I know. I know how that works.
1991 or 2015, if you want the lesser
I
of
was
the
not
two.
alive in 1991, so there you go. Yeah.
My bones.
Yep.
My
Suffer with that.
Turning
Suffer with
fast.
My bones.
If the five of you were to be turned into scions, what would each of your names be?
Mine would be
Hourly
Matt
Rage.
Kroll.
No, enough about.
Keanu Reeves. Actually, no, Bodhi's a pretty good Scion name.
Jeff.
Cameras are
There you go. Oh, Jeff the Scion. Yeah. Maggie, you can't possibly come up with a name as good as the rest of us did, but give it a shot. Maggie's
I think
frozen.
she froze.
I wonder how long it would take us to figure out that Maggie's frozen. I wonder if she's on her laptop and it wasn't plugged in.
The battery died.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Or is this how Maggie always looks? Is she doing an elaborate goof?
perfectly
Watch while this is
still-
happening, we see
no.
the cat jump up on the bed and walk across.
That'd be
Amazing.
well done.
She has become statue.
Oh no!
Oh!
There we go. There she is. She's back.
Hey Maggie,
Maggie.
did you forget to plug in your laptop?
No, my internet just crashed. Everything crashed.
Everything crashed.
I'm glad that I was not.
3 minutes to go.
Wow, you made it back in time.
What was the question? I missed the question.
If you were a scion of Oblivion, what would your name be?
If you were a
Mine's Matt
Scion
Kroll.
of Biblion.
Bailey's is Jeff.
I'm not. Can I just be like Peg?
Sure.
Yeah.
The Cube? Scion name, the Cube. It's not bad. What would be your ideal group size if you needed to GM for the RPG?
4 heroes. I like
Yeah.
3 heroes. I like 2 heroes. I like 5 heroes. I like 6 heroes. It's getting unwieldy. 4 heroes is very nice.
Has guys ever met that shark again?
Yes, they're friends. They
Best
hang out with
friends.
some frequency.
Would Scion
The shark
have-
helped Keanu Reeves hack his own brain in. Hold on.
What?
What?
I
I was making
Would
a sick
Scion-
Johnny Mnemonic reference. Thank you.
Would Scion Maggie just be Violet Heart with more
It was a
blood?
dolphin.
I mean, yeah. Any version of me is just me with more blood. Or wait,
Is-
just one of my characters.
Is villain?
Do you have a
Violet Heart
blood
Violet
amount
Heart?
issue
Wait
that
a
we haven't talked
minute.
about?
It's not her blood that's increased. It's the amount of
Isn't
blood
it the
she carries with
same
her other people.
blood problem as the nickel size blood clot?
Right, there you go.
Oh, I
The
know
nanobots.
that.
The big old nickels
Ugh.
just crawling through your
Nickel-sized
veins.
Blood clots. Jesus.
Ugh.
Hal, you stole my joke.
Violent Heart.
wow.
Yeah, that's actually more accurate for what's going on over here. Bailey, my first RPG character was a creepy version of Sailor Moon that was way more violent, but like had magic girl-ish stuff happening. And I really wanted it, but was also like basically a reanimated corpse. So
beautiful.
I
10
just
out of
took
10.
all of the stuff that I liked, was like smash it together. I choose plus size because I think that there needs to be more plus size recognition for superheroes.
Absolutely. Especially women.
All right.
How much Void Jelly has Void Guard encountered?
How much Void Peanut
the
Butter
jelly?
has something?
How much Void Jelly has Void Guard encountered?
Non-zero amount.
Do you eat it, or is it like?
No, you don't eat the
Okay.
void jelly.
Hey guys, we're counting in seconds now.
Yeah, 114 seconds to
man.
go.
Really? Because mine says 80. What the heck?
Mine
Come on,
says
Kickstarter.
Mine says 108. Let me hit refresh. See what happens.
3 seconds to go.
Well,
5 minutes. What's happening?
Mine says 101 seconds to go.
Mine just says 2 minutes still.
Mine says 67 seconds.
Is it? Someone says, "Is it dawning on you now that you signed up for 5 consecutive years of Kickstarters?"
Maybe not. We haven't said whether or not we're going to be doing Kickstarters for.
I mean,
haven't said the
you
plans.
kind of already did that with the RPG.
Right, but,
Yeah, with
but
the
we're not
releasing
doing
of
more
the book.
Kickstarters. We have
that's
the
true.
work to do, but we're not doing more Kickstarters. So the thing is that like we
That's true.
we
You
aren't
signed
sure
me up
yet.
for-
Not even commitment wise, we're not sure yet if we're going to do a Kickstarter for the next product or we're just going to make it. We might do a Kickstarter, we might just make it, and it's going to depend on a bunch of factors that are right now outside of our control, and we're not going to worry about it until the end of this year at the soonest. So we're definitely going to
20
make
seconds.
another expansion. I've already started.
25 seconds or 2 minutes or
50 seconds on the dot. 50.
19, 18. I've got 18.
46, 45.
Okay, well,
we're just
I'm
saying
going-
numbers now.
I don't know why we
I'm
have
at-
different
I'm in
numbers.
10, 9.
Oh god, I forgot to back
8,
this project.
Oh, quick, back the project.
6, 5,
31,
4,
30,
3,
29.
2, 1. Mine says yay. I got fireworks.
Okay, cool. Hit refresh on the page and tell me if it says 24
Mine just
seconds.
looks like solitaire cards doing this. I don't know what the hell is happening.
Yeah, it's done.
Oh,
We
mine
did
says it's done now. I got fireworks.
Yay!
Yay!
Yeah. Thank
Oh my
you,
gosh.
everyone who's watching still, and also people who are not watching, for making this happen.
Yeah.
We got.
Woo!
Oh no, I forgot to back it.
Did you not back it, Daryl?
Oh,
Daryl.
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 Oh, Daryl.
I'll never get it.
Happy New Year.
That's
Also,
true.
congrats on the Kickstarter. Thank you.
Wow.
It's over.
It's
Yep.
over.
It's over.
Yeah.
Over.
It's over.
Thank you all for putting up with our weirdness for a few hours. Someone says that about them, like we're the weirdos here, mister.
Yeah.
You can't take our weirdo-ness from us.
We got it first. Mom
Yeah.
said it's my turn with the weirdos.
Wow. Man, that was a hell of a 25 days, right? That was good.
Yeah, it was real good. It was real good. I think just 24 days, right?
I don't know.
Oh wait, is there 24 more hours left on this? Ah,
Oh
bees.
no.
Oh,
We started on the 30th, and now we're on the 23rd. And there were two. It was the 30th and the 31st.
Well, hold on. You got to carry the April.
Good lord. Good. Yes, gracious.
All right. Well then.
Gonna eat
Bye.
my 3 samples of Tostitos that were sent to us.
I'm gonna go home.
Oh, you didn't share?
Pet
No
my
Tostitos
dog.
for us?
Thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you so much, people in the chat, for watching this live stream. I'll be posting a final Kickstarter update in a minute here, and
Stop making that face, Daryl.
Oh,
Daryl, keep making that face.
he's eating pretzel salad. I know it.
I would love to eat pretzel salad.
All
It
right.
sounds delicious.
Quick sign
All right.
off. Does anybody anything have left to say? Maggie, what do you have left to say? Final words, Maggie.
Check out our social media for more information. He's going to share that update. I'll also share the update on social media. And thank you all for joining us.
Daryl, final words.
Buy definitive edition, so I still have a job.
It's too late.
Buy
They can't buy
more.
it anymore. It's
Buy more.
Matt, final words.
Get vaccinated. It's not political.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Bailey, final words.
I look forward to seeing all of you in my inbox, and you better.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Thank you all so much for joining us, and remember, everybody, keep on saving the multiverse.